Hello and greetings, adventurers of Vera. Welcome to the Golden Feather Tavern and tonight's Tavern Talk. We are Vertec and Chibi, keepers of this fine establishment. The Golden Feather Tavern is of course open to all travelers to come and share their thoughts on the inner workings of Vera over a nice tankard of ale, mead, hot chocolate, or other delicious beverage of choice. So please do raise your glass and pull up a chair as we delve into tonight's discussions. Today is the 29th of July, 2025, and we're here to talk about some P3 pushbacks, PTR changes, and TGF plans. My goodness golly. And Chibi, how are you tonight? And what kind of stuff do we have on tap?
Doing pretty well. I hung out with our subscribers on Sunday, and we finished up the PvP thoughts video, so that was really fun. And I'm just working on a whole lot of stuff. Hello, Warriors. Welcome in. I'm working on a whole lot of stuff. We got a lot of things coming up. We got our PvP summit happening. And I feel like there's a whole lot of focus from a community that is not normally quite so focused on PvP coming up in the next few weeks. Because that'll be coming out August 7th, and then August 23rd is our PvP. So August is going to be very PvP focused, I guess.
Yeah.
But also we are heading out to PAX West, and we're meeting up with a variety of our guildies there, and maybe a couple of those not in the guild. So that'll be really, really cool. But primarily I want to discuss some of the things and the reasonings behind the P3 pushback. So if you haven't heard already, Ashes of Creation's Phase 3 is pushed back to August 26th. And we are going to go over some of the reasons why and discuss it, as well as kind of how the community is reacting to everything. And of course, we've got Oracle here with us.
Hello, how's everyone doing?
Good.
Dandy. As we say, it's only Tuesday, but it's been a long week.
Yeah, it is. Oh my gosh, I was literally about to message you about that. Cool. But yeah, it's fun because when you get into the more hectic part of the year, you realize that there's a lot of things that you have to do, and taking time off from anything means that that's more time that you have to do later. So I'm experiencing that both in the work front and the TGF front, and it's a lot, but it always pays off, I think. Our summits are a lot of work, but we usually have fun with them.
They are, and we do. Sequentially.
But hello, Strudels. Hope you're having a great evening. Thank you. I hope you're having a great evening. We are actually about to start talking about it. So Phase 3 pushback. Do you love it? Do you hate it? Are you indifferent? How are you feeling? Doubles! Cheers!
Doubles. Cheers to you.
Oh, by the way, I'm drinking plain fresh spring water from the mountains of the Anvils.
Felt appropriate?
Yeah. With my butterbeer cup, by the way.
I made an impromptu last minute decision to make Frankenstein of an old fashioned.
Yes.
Yeah, I had a little bit left of my peanut butter whiskey, and I was like, should I put that on the side? No. So I made a peanut butter whiskey.
I should just finish it.
With like a splash of Fireball and topped off with like regular decent whiskey.
Speaking of Fireball.
A whole lot of cherry juice in there with the old fashioned mix. And chocolate bitters. So
that is quite the combination.
It is. It's actually kind of delicious.
Take a handful of perks for you. Oh, I think I understand what that is. So yeah, I'm not feeling super amazing, and I haven't for like the last couple of days. So I just wanted some water, but I took a shot for you. But on the dev side, I don't mind. I'd rather they spend time giving us more to test rather than rush out half the built phases. half-built
yeah.
phases. Yeah, that's fair.
No
Vertex,
half-cooked
Oracle.
dinners.
No half-cooked dinners. What are your thoughts on the P3 pushback? Are you upset about it? Are you okay with it? Thank you.
How about you, Oracle? You can go first.
I'm the one that's not feeling great. Vertex fine. It's just me. So.
I'm immune to all of her contagions.
But Oracle?
As someone waiting for Summoner, this means I wait less time during phase 3 to get it.
True.
Yeah.
That is very fair. And Renkai, because you're also waiting for Renkai.
Yeah. Maybe Yeah. They still putting that in at the start of phase 3, so yeah.
Yeah. PTR has been fun, new stuff testing anyway, so they can take their sweet, slow cook time. Yeah, absolutely. So that's one thing I did want to say is, you know, the hearing that I hear, and before Vertex gives his thoughts, like from the community, people are like literally creating a whole thread praying for a delay. But I'll get into that in a second. My thoughts on that. But what about yours?
I am. I'd have to say I guess indifferent to the pushback. I'm not really like, yeah, pushbacks, but I'm not upset by it. It's just it'll come when it comes.
It exists.
Yeah. It'll exist. It'll come out when in its time, and I'm perfectly okay with that. I know right now I was finally able to get some time in the PTR, and that's kind of exciting me. Seeing what they have in there.
For those of you that missed it, we hung out last night live, and I nudged Vertec and I poked him, and I was like, we should test on PTR while like we have this video up, and he was like, okay.
And yeah, Pockets, by the way, I had to turn off that bot function for the custom invites because it reverted back to doing the custom, like, celebrate every single person that talks, and it was getting a little upsetting because we try and make our friends feel special, more especially the new peoples. New peoples, we love you, but our super friends have been around for a while, so we like to super recognize them.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
I opted for not recognizing anybody until we get it finished.
We need to do some testing on that. Yeah, I'm always special, so I get it. Hello, Droog. How's it going? And I feel the same. I feel neither frustrated over the pushback. I know a lot of people were actually frustrated. We had a recent friend of ours that joined us say that if the don't make me bring out the donut again. Noobtastic won with the donut earlier. But somebody said that like if they did delay, it was just going to kind of like send them over the edge a bit. And I think part of the thing is I understand where they are coming from because, you know, on the one hand, people are like, Intrepid misses dates. Intrepid is always doing this. Intrepid is always doing that. And on the other hand, there's a lot of us going, well, dates are more like a guideline anyway. They're more like a roadmap. They're more of a, this is my goal to hit. And, you know, if you've ever tried losing weight, the donut was a diversion. It was the plunger. It was still Mr. Noobtastic. That's funny. But like, if you ever tried losing weight and you set a goal date for yourself and then something happens and you don't lose weight by that goal date, but you've made a lot of progress towards that, you're still going to be happy in your accomplishments. Mm-hmm. You may not be exactly where you wanted to be, but you're pretty darn close. And I mean, that for me is something that I can relate to a lot is, you know, setting a date and trying to work towards something like, you know, working out consistently, like eating healthy, etc. And you will see changes as you get closer. You'll see the positive improvements, but it doesn't always mean that you're hitting that date. Like I don't hit most of the personal dates I give myself in that case. But my point is, there was once a time that a lot of us in the community would tell Intrepid and tell Steven that, you know, you should take as much time as you need to get this done. You need, like, we want quality over like rushed quantity. Like we'd rather have a polished product than a rushed one. And I think Vertec and I stay hanging in that approval, in that mindset of we don't want to rush the development. We are understanding of any pushbacks that they have. But that being said, here's my hot take with it. Mom, I don't know if you're a part of this or not, but there were a couple of people hoping for a delay just because Summoner wasn't in yet, or just because Renkai wasn't in yet. And I commented on that thread saying, while I understand people's reasoning for wanting to have Summoner at the beginning of Phase 3 and wanting to have Renkai at the beginning of Phase 3 and things like that, because I mean, if you think about it, Oracle here is a planned Renkai Summoner main. So if he wanted to, let's say we got Summoner at the beginning, he would have to go through and make a Summoner again with Renkai when that came out, if he so desired. That's what I would have done, actually, if they'd released Pyre back in May or June. I would have remade my character and done it as a Pyre. So that's what I was planning on doing. But it's just one of those things that I feel like there's a difference between a meaningful pushback and delay, which is, in my opinion, what Intrepid did, and a wish list pushback and delay, which in my opinion is what some of the community were asking for in terms of Summoner being ready and Renkai. What are your thoughts on that? Do you have that same kind of thought process of like a more meaningful pushback, or is there like any pushback could be meaningful?
Yeah, I'll go first then. I think a more meaningful pushback is good, especially because it gives them time to be more heads down, especially since they're not putting out live updates to the main Alpha 2 or Alpha 2.5 at this point.
Yeah.
Server. So they're able to do more concentration on getting things, bugs fixed and new features ready and new things ready for unveiling come Phase 3. So it feels like a better pushback than just like we didn't get some art done or something.
Right.
How about you, Oracle?
Personally, I want a quality thing to play. I don't want something rushed. It's the reason why most of us are here to begin with. Mm-hmm. How many MMOs have we gone through that have been rushed, and neither have quantity or quality?
Right. Actually, to your point, I think it was Lazy Peon that recently put out a video talking about everybody's going back to the old MMOs. Nobody's playing the newer ones. And I thought that was interesting.
Also, like, people are counting the numbers Blizzard is having. I'm like, why don't we know the numbers for each specific type of WoW game there is?
Oh, you like classic versus like Overwatch, etc. Yeah.
Well, like not even Overwatch, just staying within World of Warcraft.
Gotcha. So classic and retail then.
Not even just between those two. There's classic. There's classic Kata. Well, I don't know if they're closing all those servers.
I don't know either. I just assumed like it was the same. Okay. Okay, I see what you're saying. So not even just categorizing classic as a whole, but like the subdivisions within classic for each expansion of classic.
Yeah.
Okay. I kind of forgot. I think with classic you can just choose a specific expansion and just stick with it. Is that the case? We've only played classic once, and it was like a couple of years ago.
Yeah, it was the Lich King when it was making its circle in classic. Yeah.
And even beyond that, I don't. When they made Kata, I already knew they weren't listening to the community. because the true hardcore fans of the classic games didn't want to go past Wrath of the Lich King.
Hmm.
Then again, they might be making a good bit of money still, so and they might be listening to more of the paycheck than anything.
I don't know. Personally, I think I would want to relive Cataclysm, because that is the kind of world-changing event that I hope Ashes will have. Like, for those of you that haven't experienced, like, experienced the entire way that the server felt when it was Wrath of the Lich King, and then booting up Cataclysm for the very first time and literally seeing the dragon tear Azeroth asunder, like, that changed the entire like map of Azeroth at that point. And that was so incredibly exciting. And I'm curious to see if that's something that Intrepid is going to be doing in any certain way. Granted, I know that it's not going to be like the primary focus of the game is like the story driven. It's more like what your character does. But like, could you imagine some sort of volcanic eruption, and now like some of the nodes that got destroyed by that are just forever in a rubble of volcanic ash? That would be crazy.
Yeah, see, that's I don't know. I would love world changing stuff. I think we had talked a couple times about like server merges when those things come around for Ashes. How nifty it would be to have like a world-ending type event happen and people have to try to fight through it. And if two servers that are merging that are really close to each other as far as progress goes, whichever one earns the most points somehow would end up being the one that stays, and the other one merges in with them. Something like that.
Yeah. Maple, I wasn't referring to like a fully functioning and well-defended node. I was thinking more of like one of those wilderness nodes, or one that like you did not. I think they said there was going to be like a boss event, like the dragon comes out of the mountain, for example, if you're mining too much. So if you don't take care of the threat, that threat actively responds, you know?
Yeah, but it was like those monster invasions and whatnot. They currently, I think they were slated to just have impact by disabling certain feature buildings.
Okay.
Like they would do damage to the town, quote unquote, and you'd have to like repair it up, but it would just be like disabling your, I don't know, your cookhouse.
Gotcha. I'm gonna go mine y'all's nose just to make the dragon mad.
Oh man.
But yeah, I wasn't referring to like just like, oh, this city is just now demolished just because. Like,
yeah,
you would have to like ignore the threat for that to happen, essentially.
I'm gonna take all your trees, Socks. I'm gonna take every one of your trees. Wakey, wakey, follow me.
Oh my gosh. Doppel says, I think how the world of Azeroth evolved was very cool. However, to see the world change as you play, I can't wait to see some of the story arcs come to life. Exactly. And that's what I'm saying. Like how epitomizing that is.
So just imagine, like, think about the ground space that like Stormwind takes up. Do you remember either that or honestly any of the big name cities? Do you recall about the footprint that the current Ashes node cities take up, like the tier 4? Because I think
the town.
Yeah, town, then city.
Yeah,
I remember.
I feel like a town not nearly close to like Silver Moon.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think. I think it's probably at this point maybe a quarter of the size, but
yeah.
So let's assume it almost doubles in size to the next tier.
Yeah.
And that's the thing I didn't notice, because we only like drove by real quick the tier 4 in PTR, and I didn't take note of a lot of it. Did the size of the town get bigger than the village, or did it just gain walls?
Absolutely.
Okay.
It practically doubled, or at least got another 1/2 of it.
Okay. So let's assume that maybe it can double. Then I would think it would get up to maybe half the size of a Stormwind. But could you imagine in WoW if you were walking around one day and Stormwind was there and then suddenly Stormwind got chopped in half? Or if it was like a city half the size of Stormwind, you're used to seeing it there for so long because like in Ashes it would have been an established node. It was run by a really solid guild that had backup and
Destruction.
yeah, it had backup and it had allies and it was really like communicative with everybody. But then the guild fell apart and so the node got destroyed because no one was really there to keep it held together for any real reason.
Yeah.
And everyone kind of dispersed from there. And then just that big city, I guess is a new term. This is going to be so hard trying to reorganize my brain to the node tier names. But the city just vanishes. One day you see it, and one day you don't. You can't even use it as a marker in the distance anymore.
Oh man, yeah, because like I was already able to see the town from a bigger distance, and the big visual change of like you have those bye Droog, have a good one. You seeing those like lumber pillars almost, wooden pillars just sticking out of the ground marking like the outside of the village turn into these like grand-esque stone walls that kind of more so facilitate like this is a town and we can protect our town. It makes me really excited to know what a siege feels like in a village versus a town. And then I can't wait to see the way that the city looks comparative to the town as well in terms of maybe how much more fortified the city is. I'm ready for people to cry over node deaths. I mean, it's gonna happen. I think that the changes that they're making, and so this is one of the big things that they're focusing on. So not only are we now getting like the anvils into the new node zones, but we're also starting to see level 4 nodes and the vassalship, and they needed some additional time to smooth out the level 4 layout, enhance the environmental set dressing, and improve UI elements related to the vassalship. These systems represent a major step forward in shaping the world through player agency and fostering healthy competition between nodes as they specialize and evolve. And the reason why this is super important is because you have this town that now can just take over a village and an encampment and a crossroads, and you have this tiered system where it's just not everybody's going to have village stage nodes in the next phase, which is something that we are very spoiled with at the moment on 2.5, and we have been spoiled with in 2. And I think that people are about to understand how player agency oriented Ashes really is. I know that there was a lot of complaints that, well, the pocket dungeons are already open and there's no real player agency. Y'all, that's not going to be open if you don't get that node to at least village.
Yeah. Like, you got to progress those nodes. If it ends up being just wilderness forever, well, guess what? You're not going to see.
Yeah. But what, if anything, about the vassalship excites you?
I guess first there, Oracle.
Yep. Always guess first.
The possibility for not having my best in slot for possibly years just because a certain node that hasn't developed yet. It hasn't unlocked the recipe or the drop item for what I need. Okay.
Me,
it can incentivize me to explore more, like figure out what node do I want to level up? Who do I want to assist?
There you go. Play some strategy. Yeah, I'm actually curious.
Then we get wars.
We do. Yeah, we get wars and we get sieges. And we get bitter people.
Yes,
and salty would-be mayors.
We got a sour cap campaigning to destroy any node blocking his abyss.
But yeah, I'm kind of curious to see, feeding off your comment there, Oracle, I'm kind of curious to see that Even if...
Cheers.
Ooh, cheers indeed, Strudels. Thank you so much. I'm kind of curious to see if there really is going to be a true best in slot, or if it's going to be almost situational, or depending on what you're fighting. What you're fighting may change your whole gear setup. Like if you're going with going to fight like the max level Earth Dragon or something, you might need, you know, a Sword of the Winds or something to do damage to it, but Earth armor to be resistant to Earth attacks. But then that's going to absolutely be terrible to go up against the Wind Dragon or something, you know? Like a Wind Elemental. Because it's going to do no damage and take extra damage.
Yeah.
Or the opposite, like I find out, oh, someone who's a rival of mine, he's waiting for a certain node to get to a city for his best in slot. My chances of increasing of attacking that node just went up.
Yeah, absolutely. And honestly, one other change, and I don't know how many people have talked about this, but this is huge. Like, let me tell you how huge this is. Your citizenship is tied to whatever character you become a citizen of a node on first. Your alts cannot become a citizen of a differing node. So I created TV Bree. I became a citizen of Cal in the Anvils. I created Ravina. I logged in with Ravina, and I was already a citizen of Cal.
Oh, so shoot, they got that updated already. Nice.
They have that updated already.
I'm excited for that, actually.
Oh, I'm so excited for that, because what that is about to show is that not only are you going to be much more tied to your node, but you are going to have a lot more reason to fight another node or fight for your node. And the node wars that are coming in, the sieges that are coming in, you can't be like, oh, let me just jump on my alt that's, you know, a citizen in this rival node and do nothing and be unhelpful and be just like a person that's getting slain over and over so that our team can win. Like, no, that's not happening anymore.
You know what it also helps? It also helps make sure that when votes happen inside nodes, they're actually fair. And now nobody can complain, well, it's because so-and-so just flocked to have their guild create 17 alts and they all voted. Like, come on. Yeah, that's an issue right now, but we're testing right now. They know it's an issue. They're getting around to it, but they got around to it. So there we go. Taken care of.
Yeah, I've been trying to tell people that for months. Like, why are you complaining about something that we know is not going to be here? And if you don't know, you haven't studied the game yet.
Right.
Or asked players who've been here for years.
Honestly, and that's the thing, is it can be a little hard to know who's been here for years, right? Like, Noob could have just gotten here yesterday, and he doesn't know if we've been here for 10 years or if we've been here for 3 days. Like, it's one of those things, like, it's not quite something that's very weird, and that's why Vertec and I are trying really hard to push ourselves out there a little bit more and be like, guys, we've been here since like the beginning. We know a lot of stuff, and we don't know it. We're gonna go look it up because we want to make sure we know it. But
yes.
Mr. Noobtastic says you also have to have node rep to vote as well, which means you have to do commissions or buy orders or something to gain node rep before you can vote for a mayor.
I'd love it if they said you had to pay taxes at least once.
Well, you have to pay taxes. You have to pay one tax receipt to become a citizen.
Is that something I missed on maybe the Maggie interview?
No, it's on PTR. I tested it.
Oh, okay. So it's something. Okay, gotcha. Because I know previously you didn't have to. You just became a citizen and voted.
Yeah,
and
nope. You have to pay one tax receipt, and then become a citizen, and then you have to earn node rep after that to be able to vote. It tells you have not earned enough reputation with the node.
Oh man, I'd have been okay if it was like you must be in like green card status for the first month and then you pay taxes, so you're not paying taxes right off the bat. Like, man, I earned
It's
all
like-
this money on my own. Why do I gotta pay taxes
it's 5
already?
dull glint for one tax receipt.
Yeah, that's like 3 gram. That's crazy.
I got that from one quest.
See, now we're talking. See, Mom's over here trying to do
3 whole grams. See?
tax evasion.
Mom Socks gets it.
It's 1 commission. Boom. I went and gathered some flowers, and now we've got glint. This way the mayor could set the tax rate for becoming citizen. Oof. I could imagine that being something that would be super, like...
Gonna have like the
Overdone.
Elysium of nodes that are like, you must pay at least 45 gold glint in order to become a citizen here.
Yeah, I could see that being super
Until
bad.
then, work your hearts out, little plebs. Work your hearts out.
I mean, to be fair though, if you do that, you're less likely to get somebody to actually be a citizen of your node, and thus your node shall decay because you have nobody to contribute to it.
Yep, there is that.
So, I mean, that is fair. Maybe it's something that the mayors will be able to set, but I wonder what paying a node tax does. Like, does that do anything for the mayor side? I'm not sure. Nodes, they do technically decay to a point. While they may not physically decay, their ability to defend themselves will become weakened, and it will become easier to siege them. Oh, okay.
Nodes don't ever decay. What do you mean?
I just want to make sure that like people know.
I'll say that
Gaslight people.
I read the sarcasm in your tone of typing.
I left it off at like the M. Sorry. Anyway,
Chibi's
My
not
thoughts are-
as fluent in sarcasm as I am. I am very fluent.
it is. I am too tall. It would never go over my head.
Not go over my head. Exactly.
Another thing that I talked a lot about is that they're adjusting the first time user experience for the anvils and the riverlands. And in fact, we're seeing a much better improved first time user experience kind of on the anvil side. And that is regarding that there's actually like these crafting like quests that you can pick up. And Strudels, you were telling me you wished that Intrepid would include some sort of crafting quest that tells you to go make a bow, and that's exactly what it does actually in the anvils. I had been meaning to stop by and let you know that. So actually, Oracle, you have some thoughts on this. You've been talking, because we've been testing together for PTR for a little bit, like the last couple of days or so. And your initial thoughts are that the anvils are possibly crafting focused, right? You want to get into that a little bit?
Yep. I was saying earlier that I'm thinking each zone is gonna have a specific way to level you up. My theory, dwarves are gonna focus on artisanship. If I had to guess, orcs might be PvE or PvP. Like, I'm not entirely sure. I'm not entirely sure because of how the Vec are. Like that seems more religious to me.
Yeah.
But the Renkai seem more combat focused.
Wouldn't it be hilarious if
So-
there's super big teddy bears when we start finding out their lore?
I don't know which one that would be, Magic.
Oh no, you need to tell me who that is so I can go talk to him.
I'm curious.
Hey, welcome to Vera. Oh.
I think maybe anvils might just be the easier one for them to add that into, just because they're already working on that, and then they're gonna go back. The sour cap is dying of laughter. That's a soundbite. Somebody clip that. We'll make that the following. No, I'm just kidding.
Pockets,
That would
where you
probably
at?
get really annoying real fast. Just kidding. But he's in
Every
the
time
first room.
there's a channel follow.
Oh god, that would be so crazy. People would immediately turn off the audio and like leave.
Also, for anyone who hasn't gone into PTR today, they've added in the Divine Gate, the Nakura side, and the Dunir side portals for people to gain access to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
For the person.
Okay, magic. Yeah, because they had that initially and then they turned it into pocket dungeons, so I'm glad that they're putting them back in. We did definitely give Fupo some very interesting times watching us fall into random holes.
Yeah. Jumping or walking through windows that lead to stalagmite pits. Hey, I climbed my way out
to get back out.
Just saying, I climbed my way out. I made it.
Hey, I used the momentum brokenness and I found my own way out.
Yeah, the skyward jump. The jumpiest of jumpers.
Fun. But I think that they're probably gonna have a retouching of the Ayla area, the starting zone for Ayla, because I did see in the Discord someone saying, hey Steven, like the anvils are massive compared to the Ayla starting area, so are you ever gonna go back and look at that again, maybe like change the size of that? And he ended up responding something about like there's still the Aylin ruins that they have to put in to the Aylin starting area. So that's going to increase how much is actually there. There's still all of that area that was completely blocked off that you can't access when you first come out and you look down. There's like the Aylin ruins. Fun fact, the NPC, if you first come out and you see like the inlet of the waterfall, if you go this side, that's the right side, you talk to the NPC staring out at the tree. He talks specifically about the Aylin ruins, and he was wondering how much of the old buildings or the old ruins are under the water. I found that interesting. Okay. It was a nice little lore bit.
For the record, he also mentioned, along with the ruins, the harbor as well is going to get expanded.
Yeah, that too. But also the NPC said that he saw that tree that's dead, that you see when you're looking at it, was on some maps full bloom with the city, like the old city all around it. So I thought that was really, really cool. That kind of is starting to add a little bit of lore, a little bit of depth to the area, and I'm really enjoying that. And now the bigger things, we're waiting on like the stat rebalancing and the economy stuff to fully come in, but they do have the crate system in. In fact, we had some fun testing yesterday. I picked up a random crate. I think it was like a lumberjacking crate or something. And I carried it all the way down to Bonfire and I set it down in the middle of like the ring of stone. So if you ended up seeing that later, hi, that was, I was leaving an offering. So
loudy. Look at you littering.
Yeah, I'm not littering, I'm leaving an offering. There's a difference. As a Nikua, I must leave an offering for our Nikuan god. But the dynamic gridding and server improvements are also there. Like 5.6 is very performant. I'm pretty excited about that. We were able to go into like one of the pocket dungeons and we were enjoying a lot of the new NPCs. There's actually a lot of new NPCs in the anvils, and they have some nifty stuff. I had way too much fun. Unfortunately, this is gonna sound cruel, so I forgot what it is called. Was it ASPCA or something like that? Please don't come for me. But I was like kicking the tortoises and like the minotaurs, and I was kicking a bunch of things, just seeing what happens. And they actually have a response, a little animation response when you do that. And I found it very interesting. The turtles were amazing. I loved that. The yes, and the bowling. There's some also differences in how the mobs interact with you if you're in melee or if you're in ranged. And some of them will literally we were kind of doing party bowling with one of the mobs and just lining up in front of whoever was pulling it and just seeing how many it would go through.
Yeah. Still trying to put together an actual game of bowling. See if we can get that to work. Telling you, just get a bunch of people to line up as they wish within a certain parameter to set themselves up like bowling pins, and then there has to be somebody that runs up behind them and angers the bowling ball and has to angle it a certain way to see if they can get a strike or not.
Oh my gosh. That's funny. I was also gonna say
I would so take on XP that for that event.
luckily it doesn't actually kill you unless you're really, really low level. It does do a good amount of damage to you though. But long story short, I feel like the mobs in that area, not only are they unique, but they have a lot of really cool abilities to them that are unique in themselves, and I'm looking forward to it. Also, I think there was like some sort of like a puzzle in one of the pocket dungeons, and that was really exciting.
Yeah,
But,
I'm curious to see what comes of that.
Me too. We actually found a couple puzzles. That was really fun. I like puzzles, honestly. So the anvils have a few puzzles in them, and I like it.
Because I know we bumped into the one that was the little statues with the little sigils.
Yeah.
That one we did.
Also, I found the NPC. My favorite.
Nice.
Mom says no bullying for me. I was gonna say that we accidentally found a workaround for XP debt at the very end. I was just trying to see if I could get the momentum to like throw me off of the cliff like way far, but I accidentally landed in the lawless zone, and as I was falling I flagged, and then as I landed I died, and then I didn't get XP debt because I was flagged for PvP.
I mean, when in Rome, even if Rome travels from point to point.
We all like, I feel like I inspired a mass of cannonballs off the side of that mountain.
That was amazing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Then I got absolutely bombarded by slimes and skeletons.
Oh, yeah. You were like, I've survived. I'm dying.
I survived. Oh, look, a lever. Let's see what this lever does. No, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't ever push that lever. Don't ever push that lever. I had like 6 slimes and 5 skeletons jump out at me. I was just a lonely me.
Wrong lever.
Wrong lever.
That's funny. But I was gonna say the servers are up 24/7 at the moment, although they are bringing it down. Let me grab that alert that I saw. They're bringing it down tomorrow at 1 p.m. for maintenance, and it's gonna be down for 8 hours. I'm kind of wondering what they're doing. Like, is the economy system coming in? Is like, what's happening? Because I know right now, if you have a PTR character and you log out and you log back in, if you change anything like auto attacking or like anything toggleables, those kind of reset every time you log out. So I think that's one thing that needs to get fixed. So I'm wondering if some of it is like core backend stuff for that. But yeah, I'm thinking if it's gonna be down for 8 hours, what are you doing, friend? What are you doing? What are you putting in? What is changing?
Yeah,
all the things. Huh?
What is so big that it would require that much time?
Yeah. Oh, we got an Erwin. Hold on.
Erwin.
There we go. Erwin.
I haven't found out
You have been found out. No use hiding now.
So we're trying to figure out what we think is worth the 8-hour downtime.
Well, I've got 36 videos submitted to Planendorf with video evidence of bugs.
Nice, nice.
Fair. We're one of those my mega dash jump thing that happened.
That was one of them. I submitted mine in Vertec getting stuck in the hole of truth.
The whole truth.
You were able to roll out of one, so that's one of the bugs. Vertec was able to jump out of his own accord, and I just Invisa mounted my way back to what was it, Hammerfell? Yeah.
Hammerrest.
Hammerrest, yeah.
That's campfire bonfire.
Crates cannot be sold at the moment.
They
So
can.
that-
They're supposed to be stored in your crate storage, though, which is typically used for the caravans. I saw.
It doesn't work.
I know, but I'm just saying you should be able to eventually.
Oh, they are. I ran, I think, 4 different crates to different nodes. Thinking
Nice.
that maybe it was partial vassalship and stuff like that.
Okay.
The crates don't get assigned a node name until they get to the node. So right now I have a Jova crate that's been assigned a Nuela name.
Okay.
So I just ran to Nuela, I made a crate there, and then ran it back to Jova, and it did not pick up the Jova name. So I'm wondering if there's just some weird anti-node setup.
Okay.
I don't know. That's an opinion.
Well, see, we were trying to sit here and figure out, because if you look at the map for the anvils, there's a lot of vassals in, but the one in the top right is not vassaled, and we're wondering if it's locked out, maybe. Because the one below it vassals one of the tropics nodes.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's kind of wild.
Yeah.
Like, it literally has Doonhold in the way. And I'm wondering if it's because Doonhold is already a vassal, and this is another thing I'm confused about, of the parent node, Cal.
Oh, it's a sub-vassal.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. And I think that one's stuck at encampment. Because we were out there doing stuff, Noob and I, Mr. Noobtastic and I, and it wasn't gaining any XP.
Interesting.
Hmm.
Yeah. I don't know if it's broken or if it just,
I guess that might be a good question for Intrepid is, since the world is flat, if one node gets up to tier 6 way over on the one far side, would the zone of interest wrap around to the other side of the map, and like suddenly you have a zone of interest like sandwiching in the rest of the map?
Will state during the Saturday session that we had with Planendorf
yeah.
that a vassal doesn't necessarily need to touch the other nodes.
Okay, so that's something that we had previously thought was going to be the case, which, I mean, obviously, if you look at the fact that the one above Dunehold is vassaling the one below Dunehold and they don't touch, that's proof of that.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting, because so Ventharian actually asked a question within our Questions for Intrepid channel. And it says, with node vassalage about to come into testing, how will node level lockouts work? Are they applies to all bordering nodes, or is there a specific number that will be affected per node? And cheers, Riptide. Hello.
Riptide, thank you. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers indeed.
Riptide, you'll be happy to know real quick. While I was on my last visit up north, I was able to find a bottle of that Eagle Rare you're trying to get me to try. And I drank some of it. It's yummy. And I gave the rest to Dad before I left because I couldn't take an open bottle on the plane with me.
Aw.
Oh.
But yeah, Squatch, it's a flat world, but you can't sail off the edge of it. and there's no boundary, mountain, or frozen wall on the edge of it. So normal physics don't necessarily apply.
I'm really curious. I'm really, really curious because I mean, once they open up the other continent, I want to know what that's like. I tried looking around the world map to see if I could see anything, and it was just all black, and I got lost on the world map for a minute there. But yeah, I think a lot of us the biggest letter word ever. Yeah, yet. But I mean, a lot of us are curious about the vassalization and how it's working because Breeze, aka Spark from Horizon, said I have quite a few edits to my original question on vassaling based on what we've seen in the PTR. And that was, will node interactions still start at level 1? Would Jova reaching stage 1 block Nuela, Halcyon, Winstead, and Wind and Sea, or only one of those? Will vassalization always be automatic? Can you explain what criteria are used for selecting vassals? And how many artisan buildings and journeyman level benches can be built in a T5 node? Since that they're smushing down the ceiling of the nodes. We're getting rid of the metropolis for the city, and the city is going to become the new metropolis with the sizing of it. And that might be news to you, Riptide, but that's because city is kind of like a bootleg metropolis. It didn't feel very meaningful in terms of a city upgrade, and it felt like an almost kind of interesting metropolis. But
You know, I wonder, my brain's been stuck on what you said there, Erwin, about how vassals may not necessarily touch the other nodes under which it's living. How messy do you think that's going to possibly get over time? Because if you end up with something that becomes a tier 5 node over on the southeastern part of the eastern continent, and there's nothing around, literally like maybe 2 nodes next to it, then it means it's going to have probably 7 or 8 nodes scattered across the rest of the world.
It could even be planned for. You could go for geographical separation and just say you have Winstead decide, which it already did, and it actually vassaled Halcyon and Mirolith and Sunhaven, and then say something up in the woodlands or what do they call that? So there's the woodlands up there, and then there's I'm gonna call it like a Death Valley. It's like some not a desert, but it's barren.
Badlands?
Badlands, yeah. So you could do that, and then for some reason, if that was like the first node that was done over there before Jova, they could vassal Jova, maybe.
Sorry, I'm missing people over on YouTube. Yes, I did drink a potion.
Now think a little bit further here. So for most nodes, you would think that would be kind of a disadvantage, right? Because you don't have all your parent and vassal nodes all together. So if you're trying to be a crafter, you're going to have to go really far sometimes and through enemy territory to get to whatever other node happens to be focusing on whatever you need to do next. Like your middle stage in the crafting, you're processing stuff to pick it up from somebody in that node. But think about how much more powerful it would be if everything were as far spread out as possible for the scientific node. Think of a scientific node with instant portals or instant like teleportation to all the vassal nodes within the network if it was spread out and not a single node was touching another node.
It could be worth, could also be detrimental. It's that double-edged sword.
But if you can instantly like pop between them, it would be as if they're all right next to each other. You could go to any point of interest anywhere in the map relatively quickly. You could respond to a war or a siege against any of your nodes relatively quickly as if they were all right next to each other, possibly quicker.
Yeah, not wrong.
Would be bananas. I think it'd be nifty if they were to rework it in a way where nodes started gradually gaining or losing experience or some kind of affinity to the nodes that they're next to. So if a city like that were to occur where it's let's say there's 12 nodes that are going to be bound together in a ZOI, if one of them in an area only has like 3 or 4 nodes attached to it and the rest are scattered around, if just experience gained from the parent node ended up influencing all the ones around it and started to sway them over to it instead of the other ones around it, and just it lost influence around the others.
Yeah.
So eventually something like that, it could happen every once in a while where 1 or 2 little stray vassal nodes might be scattered, but eventually it would rework itself to be all one continuous lump together.
The guy on the right there on Intrepid Stream is the guy I watch to see every week. He explains things. Oh, Chris. Or no, wait, that's Corey. Corey does great. Yes. Chris is their other guy. Chris is the one that explains the lawless zones later. But Corey, yeah, Corey does a very good job explaining things. I agree. Noob says, for science, you aren't going to have control over which nodes you take as a vassal. And I think that's important. And honestly, I had a theory that immediately went out the window. And I was like, well, what if the only things that can be your vassal are like nodes that are of a different type from the parent node? And that immediately was wrong because there were like 2 of a certain type within the vassal. And I was like, oh, never mind. But so I guess we won't be seeing freeholds at the start of phase 3, are we? So I don't know if we're going to see freeholds at the start of phase 3. They've already taken freeholds out of PTR, which that could be another part of this 8-hour update that they're doing on PTR. But they are working to redo freeholds so that maybe they're actually set up the way that they want them to be set up, i.e. you have your building and then you have your other slots for your freehold that you can put down other building types besides your living quarters that comes with the freehold. I'm really curious to see what they have going in plan for that.
I'm just saying,
yeah, go ahead.
When they get freeholds actually functional properly, I'm going to find a way to get Ashes installed on my work laptop. It's going to happen. It's going to happen.
I'm going to find a way to make Ashes my work.
Yeah, that too. That'd be nice.
Yeah.
What do you do? I run a tavern.
All we need is a measly couple $100,000 a year, and then we can both set aside our day jobs. Because we're gonna need to make more than we do in our day jobs so that we can afford to if things go sideways with gaming and streaming and all.
Backup plan.
So it's dreams right now. It's dreams. Someday.
Riptide says, come on, Intrepid, I want to hang out in TGF's Tavern. We want to hang out in TGF's Tavern. We want to know what TGF's Tavern even looks like. Pretty excited though.
Got a couple options though. We've been buying some cosmetics through the years.
Exciting stuff, all of it. I'm excited to see how the changes to, like, we've already seen some changes to like the buildings, like some of the Nikua buildings look very different, and I'm really excited to see that compared to the Riverlands buildings, the Aelin buildings. But pulling up my Discord here.
Supposedly they've been adding in new armor styles too, so we'll see those as they come out now too.
Yeah.
I'm excited for that as well. Yeah.
We already got the new weapons.
Yes, we got 5 new weapons recently. Riptide. Though you finished it. By the way, I want to say we do have the July live stream in 2 days. So in 2 days, there'll be the July live stream. We'll have a bunch of new info, and I'm sure a lot of this like 8-hour update is to do with whatever they're going to want to talk about in the July live stream. I'm just curious, how does a siege feel in a village compared to a town?
Ooh.
Well, you gotta climb bigger walls.
Yeah. I want to see the health differential on the walls and the gate.
Yeah, actually. Yeah, I
Yeah.
think
And
there's gotta be
Kaltor,
something
Whom, and
fun.
Jova are prime for it right now. Hmm.
I'm really
Although
curious.
the GMs did take mayor ownership, if I'm not mistaken, on the PTR.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good. I
If
think.
I had to guess,
Go ahead.
if I had to guess, I think we need our carpenters back.
All of
Fall
them.
damage is
Siege
less than the
weapons.
issue. Yeah, the siege weapons.
Like this, does the town already does not look like something you could do with just manpower.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that'll come in, and I'm excited for it. Forget there's fist weapons in the game. Want to punch people to death. There are daggers, at least. I don't know if there's actual fist weapons though. I'm looking through. There's actually not a whole lot of things, or things that the community is talking about. It's kind of like very like phase 2.5 specific of like, please turn off the node wars. Nobody's participating in them. um, but it's not really like anything groundbreaking. I think a lot of us are actually in PTR, testing PTR and things like that, finding interesting weird bugs in PTR.
Yeah, having fun with that.
I've got a lot of bugs I've reported. There's been a glint dupe already found that I assisted with. There's a
Nice.
speed hack mount buff with the crate that's already been found out.
Oh, jeez.
The guild storage duping, that's already been found out.
We broke a
Yeah.
quest.
So we broke a couple of quests. Yep.
That was fun.
Yep. Then the window that Vertec led me to my own doom.
I would never.
We got Kato stuck in the with the NPC.
Yep. There are actually more fall damage coming, raves. In PTR, there's a bit more fall damage there. I don't know if it's on 2.5, but it's definitely on PTR.
Yeah,
But-
it's ouchie. It's not as bad ouchie as it once was, but
It's
you
still
won't be
ouchie
able
compared.
to yeet yourself across Jova no more.
Yeah. Yeah, don't just
Yeah.
go needlessly falling places.
Yeah, I have to say this much: Mage's Blink does cancel it out.
For now.
Yeah. For now. Also
For
dodging.
now.
Dodging will greatly mitigate it.
Also for now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been doing a lot of that. Lots of testing. I haven't been able to even stream today just because I've had so much fun testing today. I skipped lunch and went, oh crap.
I've never done that before. Never.
Liar.
Of course I wouldn't.
Did you tell them about the new interact keys?
The new interact keys?
Oh, the new
Oh.
keybinds?
So did you read the thing about Steven talking about how there's going to be 3 different ways to interact with a resource?
No.
That was on PTR chat. So if you open up your artisanship window, you have like a fishing pole, the net, and the harpoon.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So outside of your normal interaction with that being like a mob or an NPC being F for, just to interact, there are 3 different other types of interaction: the fishing, the netting, and the harpooning. Or with the lumber axe, it was a good one. You have the lumber axe, the saw, and then you have the tap.
Okay.
So for maple trees or, something along those lines get added in. But there are 4 brand new interact keys. It's been angering everybody just because they get in and they can't mount or they can't interact with mob NPCs. So it's like F, G, and B, and then the 4th one's not bound yet. I don't know if they intend to keep it this way. It's already been suggested by not only myself, but a ton of other people that have come in after other people, myself, even like some of the GMs have commented on it, that there could be something along the lines of a new radial interface. when you approach a target, like, what do you want to do to this oak tree? You know, well, I'm going to tap it and see if we can get some oak sap or something like that. Or
Interesting.
so what Steven said, and I'll see if I can find it so you can link or at least screenshot it, was something along the lines of a tree could be cut down, something, and then like milked, or you know, something like that.
Milk a tree.
Milk the
That's how
tree.
you end up with oak milk.
Yeah, that's how I get my oat milk.
Oh
Does
my
the body
gosh.
good.
I just tease. Welcome in, chat. We are TGF Tavern. We go live quite frequently, Monday and Tuesdays. Monday is Mead Quest, so if you want to hear us having some fun while we can't show you what we're doing, we do have a stream from last night where we were hanging out on PTR, chit-chatting about what we were up to. Tonight's our Tavern Talk. We like to get hanging out. I have some water tonight, but Vertek has some spicy drinks, spicy waters.
See.
And we like to hang out in our VC with some people in the community and bring them in to chit chat with us about Ashes. And then every once in a while, we'll have a podcast or a summit or some other thing that gets streamed. So welcome in. Questions are always welcome. And we are all dying for more Ashes info.
I'm gonna have them cook them up a triple wheel for you there, Socks.
There you go.
They probably will get angry at me, but
Erwin is gonna tap that.
I'm going to tap a lot of trees.
That's funny.
According to Steven, his verbiage, not mine, he says, the same way that a tree could be fruited, chopped, or watered will be your different interactions type of thing with it.
Interesting. I like it.
So,
Some things
like,
have multiple options.
you approach a cow in your freehold, per se, you can chop, milk it, or water it.
Yeah. Fair. Okay, so for a little bit more context, Steven said that there's some interaction changes coming, and he's saying that they're undergoing surgery, expect bugs. And they're saying what's so bad about having one key for everything. And then that's when he got into the whole, like, some things have multiple interacts with them. A little bit of column A, a little bit of column B.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit of this.
But that's really
little
neat.
bit of that.
I like it.
I'm
Okay.
excited.
I wonder if that is tied to your skill tree. If you are gonna go down the route of chopping trees as a carpenter, or maybe you need, maybe as a farmer or a cook, you need the tap thing to be able to tap the tree for syrup. Like, I'm kind of curious what does this mean? I'm very, very curious.
Oh no. Just waiting on those extra tools to come out so we can see.
Yep. I'm excited to see how panning is going to work for miners. And I'm liking to imagine it's going to be like this anime show I'm watching at the moment that I'm loving so much, where they actually use that as a method to through process of elimination, which riverbeds have a certain amount of a particular item you're looking for, and then you just keep decreasing it until you find the right river and leading mountain you're going to.
Interesting. Gear, please. Can I have gold?
It's my favorite job. I apply for it all the time.
Oh my gosh. I love it. You're a hoot. But yeah, oh, go ahead.
I was like, one of the things that I haven't tested that I've only seen one person test so far, and that's an individual stating that the survey beacons are working.
Yeah.
Okay.
Very curious about those.
So I am also curious about those. I've just been overly testing everything else that we're told to test and finding bugs and breaking stuff. So
See, I intend to go in testing the things that they ask you to test, but then I kind of shiny, and then the next thing I know,
Distractions.
I've spent like 5 hours, not really, multiple hours doing something completely different than what. Like, okay, take for instance, here's my ADHD in video games. Okay,
Ready, set,
I'm
go.
trying to do a quest because I want to test this quest to see like how well it works. I get most of the way through like the beginning stages of this quest before someone mentioned something. I think it was Mr. Newtastic mentioned something about like the Cal being like a town, and I was like, ooh, maybe I can go become a citizen there. So I stop what I'm doing and I go into Cal, and meanwhile somebody else is asking me for like if I've experienced anything with the quests that they saw me doing that they were just doing as well. And I was like, oh, sorry, I stopped doing that quest. I went to Cal, and then I got there and I was trying to figure out how to become a citizen, and so it became this like breadcrumb of I got way far off of the point that I was trying to do initially. And then I looked up and I was like, what was I doing? Oh, right, my quest. And I went right back to the beginning.
3 hours later, returns
Yeah.
back to the quest that she's overleveled for now.
Oh, no, I didn't even level that whole time. That was the funny part.
Very
That
piece of
was me
candy.
just trying to figure out the systems and how it worked. I was like,
Ooh, piece of candy.
yeah, basically like, oh, it's a town. Let me try to become a citizen. This isn't working. How do I become a citizen? Oh, I need a tax receipt. How do I get a tax receipt? And I'm like clicking in all the vendors and I'm talking to all the people. Yeah, it was fun.
Daytorius, I can say I haven't tested the survey beacons because I've had a grand total of like, I think 8 hours in the PTR thus far between 3 different sessions. And I just haven't gotten around to doing any of the artisan stuff just because I've been exploring the other things. But I didn't even think that they had made an update to the beacons. So now
Yeah,
that I
same.
know, I'm gonna give them a try.
I don't think there's a real reason why nobody has really tested them. I think they've just been broken for so long, but in 2 and 2.5 and that just doesn't really come to mind to test them anymore.
Yeah.
Because you're like, oh, I shouldn't bother with those, right? So it's kind of like coming out of that thought process of like, oh, I shouldn't test with those because they're broken to, oh, well, maybe I can test with those. But that and they've been putting out daily around 1 p.m. Eastern focus test on what they're looking for from people that day. And so I try my best to help focus the tests that they want us to focus on. But I get a little bit distracted sometimes.
You never.
Never.
Would never happen. You're crazy.
Never. But yeah, I was gonna say there's actually a lot of really cool things that are being shared within the PTR chat from Steven that you might miss if you're not actively engaged or looking. And I think this is what some of the other people have complained about. And I don't look at it as a lack of communication. I look at it as a bonus goodie of communication. Not
Bonus
that Steven,
cons.
yeah, not necessarily that Steven doesn't want to have us know these things, but just that he's peeking in on PTR chat or like Alpha 2 chat, and it's just seeing people talk about something, and he happens to have a moment to respond, and so he gives like a bonus little leak thing.
I was gonna say,
like
and
the
Steven leaks
multiple-
happen.
Yeah, I mean, have you seen Maggie's face?
She would never be
Again.
surprised.
Again?
Yeah.
I mean, we had Fupo leaks yesterday too. I don't know if it was a leak, but
Oh yeah,
She
with the
she told us how to
quest
do
thing.
that quest. Yeah.
Yeah. That was really fun. That was nifty because I had interacted with it and I just assumed it wasn't in yet.
That's kind of what I assumed too. And then he goes, no, it's this. Then we finally
Yeah.
realized that it's 1 rune per pillar.
Yeah. That was fun.
So we eventually put
Yeah.
it together. Yeah, it was a fun little like mini puzzle. It wasn't gigantic,
Yeah.
but it was interesting to figure out.
Ooh. One thing kind of fresh, Maggie has said that they've escalated the fixing of the UI reset bug.
Ooh.
So
Okay.
All the
somebody
fixes.
had asked for that, and she said that it was being escalated already. I thought that was cool.
I like it. I like it.
So yeah, I mean, Intrepid and like crew, they chat, they respond. It just may not always be everywhere that you see it, but they do it.
Sorry, you know what?
And
That means there's
that's why-
random golden nuggets to find.
exactly, and that's also why Vertec and I work hard to try and bring you information that we find from that. I like to scour it because I'm curious, like, oh, what kind of stuff did I miss? Like that was really cool with the multiple interacts. I'm looking forward to that because, like, Oracle, your thought was maybe that was the group gathering stuff, which would make sense with the fishing pole versus a fishing net. So maybe it's one interact to do a fishing pole and another interact to do the fishing net with another person.
There's the harpooning.
And that would almost make
deep
sense
sea or-
because I think, correct me if I'm wrong, or when I think the saw image, if I recall correctly, was one of those two-person saws, wasn't it? Like the long
it did appear
blade,
to be a tandem saw, yeah.
the handle on each side. So that would almost make sense.
So one of those seems like maybe it's a group tool, and then you got your personal tool. But then what about the harpoon? What's the is that like a
On a boat.
yeah?
think
So I'm thinking like a
PC.
vehicle tool, perhaps.
I think so.
I want to use the
Management
lumberjacking tool
caravel.
meant for a boat.
I don't know.
Yeah, but for miner, that slot is the pan.
Okay, so not quite a. I don't know. You could be on the back of a caravan and just putting the pan in the water.
Well, see, mining is a drill, so it could just be different slots, and they're not necessarily set to go to that. I see a drill being a two-person thing where you both are on opposite sides to do pole for like coring and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Maybe for the Underdark or whatever, the underground.
Yeah.
So what-
Also, Riptide, you're a little delayed here joining us, but we covered a lot of the main reasons. Here's the link to the news post that Intrepid posted. And thank you again to Erwin for sharing this with us. On the 25th, they decided a no-go for going live on August 4th with the phase 3. And so they're pushing it back to the 26th of August. Still in August, just later in August. But think that there's a lot of good reasoning for that, and I think that part of the reason is also for the 2 days prior to that, almost they couldn't get the PTR to go up. So we were kind of concerned about the PTR for a second there. Hello, Fupo. It's all good. Gives me more time. Yeah. Good time to get yourself a new GPU, get that 64 gigs. You'll be rocking. And in the meantime, feel free to test out PTR. For those of you that haven't, if you haven't known this, PTR is accessible to everybody who has an Alpha 2 key. If you have access to Alpha 2, you've got access to the PTR, and it's about 100 gigs of space. So if you want to test on PTR, you got to have about that much space available. Maybe more if you're not in the US, because apparently Ludaloo needed like 150.
Oh no.
Yeah, I told him it was localization files for his different languages. He did not appreciate that.
No, probably not. But and oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, I just thought of something else. With the multi interaction keys,
Yeah.
I have been able to do drive-bys on quest items
Ooh.
without dismounting. Same with talking to vendors without dismounting.
Hey.
Hmm.
Oh, I love that. Okay, so that's already in.
Well, I mean, it's on the PTR.
Right, that's what I meant. Like
Yeah.
at this point, when I'm for anybody listening in chat, like obviously 2.5 is not being updated anymore. If you haven't heard that, all the changes are coming to PTR specifically. So when we're talking about things that are in or not in, it's always specifically to PTR unless I explicitly state otherwise. namely because they're not changing anything with 2.5 until P3, because 2.5 is kind of reminiscent of what was the most stable version that they could give us, and PTR is the more advanced version of things getting merged into P3.
Holy mackerel, Jess Leona, you're now gonna make me want to look at my folder size.
Yours and mine, and I think GB should all be the same. I think all three of us are at 106.
Cause I'm really curious, what got you up to 450 gig?
He said the entire folder is 450.
Yeah, maybe. I know my PTR just by itself is 106.
Yeah.
I didn't check it after today's patch.
I mean, holy moly. Let's see.
I mean, mine's 263 gigs. So.
Okay. That's just the PTR, that's the whole thing.
No, that's for all of the files.
Yeah,
including the launcher and the Ashes game.
Yeah, all
Launcher,
the files for mine
PTR,
is 320 gig.
Dang. She did delete all of her saves, though.
I did. I had to.
She was the reason we found that fix out.
Yeah. I have to actually, real quick, shout out for that, because I didn't actually find that fix necessarily. It was Warblade that found that fix, and I was just talking to one of the devs, Hector. We were trying to figure out what was going on with my game, because what would happen was I would click to launch the game. It would pop up full screen, black. I'd hear like an in-game, like whenever you click something in Ashes, it's got that specific click sound to it. I'd hear that, the entire game would crash and it wouldn't load. And I've tried reinstalling Ashes. I tried turning off my PC and turning it back on. I tried so many things. I tried borrowing Erwin's system settings for the graphics, and that didn't fix it. And so I'm in the middle of talking to Hector. I've sent him my files. I've sent him my my logs, and Warblade goes, by the way, this is what fixed it for me. You had to delete the save games directory. And I was like, oh. So I told Hector, and I was like, should I try that? And he was like, sure. So I just renamed it to like saved games old or something like that, so it's not completely gone. And sure enough, that booted, like I booted up in the launcher. I clicked launch and it went straight into the game, and I was like, yay, it's fixed. So I sent over, because turns out he has the same graphics card as me, so he's using that as like a bug tester type of thing. Different localization for America, English, Australian, Advanced Australian, British.
Advanced
so many
Australian.
different Englishes.
Nar. I don't think that's a thing.
EU, you got to pull in, French, Greek, a little bit of Russian, etc. So,
yeah, my current fresh install on this rig is 263 gigs for normal PTR. Yeah, see,
Okay.
and to be fair though, mine's a fresh install because I may have spilled my drink on my other PC that I'm still not proud of. But
I said that under my breath. I'm sorry.
no, all good.
Poor PC, may it rest in peace.
Yep. Ooh, okay.
It's alright though. It's alright though. Now we got you up to speed.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to kill it, okay? I was showing off my critical hit cocktail and my PC took a critical hit.
Not only that, but it was alcohol abuse at the same time.
Yep.
It was.
Yep.
I was depressed. Erwin was chatting to me 1 second, and then I was gone the next. And Vertec was going, I'll be back.
Wasn't
She
even
applied
21.
of water,
21? No, it wasn't.
water cooling.
It was not even 1/10 that old. Not even
The
1/10.
drink did live up to its name, Jess. It did. It did.
Critical,
It was a critical hit cocktail.
Shopping hit cocktail, yeah.
Oh my god. Underage PC drinking reported. Rude. Rude. I didn't mean to. Well, now my new PC is off of the ground because we decided that this one piece of furniture we were supposed to move up to his office, I think, decided we were just going to keep it down here and put my PC on there. Because I didn't have anything to put my PC on because all of our previous furniture got destroyed with the hurricane. So that was a thing that I was trying to fix. I just didn't fix it fast enough.
To be fair, if a PC was old enough to drink, it would have been around when World of Warcraft first came out.
That would be an impressive feat if that PC could handle streaming Ashes.
You need to keep that type of negativity to yourself, Oracle.
Are we sure it was absolutely an accident? I cried.
I was gonna add that maybe we should do dog age or something for PC to figure out
There you go.
if it was old enough.
I have my PC from WoW launch and storage. Nice. I didn't have a PC for WoW launch because I didn't even know when WoW launched. Hold on. When did World of Warcraft launch?
Oh, I don't want to answer this. I'm just gonna go hide in my
96 or 97 or something like that, wasn't it? Or no, 2001 or something. It was within that range.
It says 2004.
2004.
That's
Okay.
accurate.
I thought it was longer ago than it was. Check that out.
And they released in Australia or in Europe in 2005, a whole 4 months later. For Europe. I was deployed when it first launched. Let's see. I was 10 when it first launched.
I graduated high school when it launched.
I was 13 when I first played. And I played on my dad's secondary computer and his secondary account. And that's how I got into MMOs.
Oh.
Wow, almost ruined your life. Oh no. Aw, noob. I'm sorry. I probably shouldn't have brought that up. My bad. But
yeah, 90. Okay,
yeah.
that's the one. Yeah, EQ was 1991 or 99 rather. Yeah.
EverQuest? Oh geez. 97.
That's what I was thinking of.
EverQuest 1 had alphas or betas in 97. Interesting.
Yep.
Wow. You have a PC from before then too? Jeez.
Wait, because that's around the
As old as
time.
we are.
That's around the time Ultima Online came online as well.
So that explains why I don't really know them, no offense, but
Yeah.
WoW had been at that point the hot new thing, essentially.
1997 for Ultima Online. That was the release date, September 1997.
That needs to be in a museum.
Wow.
OG Commodore 64. Jeez. No, it was EVE Online that almost ruined my life. I lost so much sleep playing that game. Ultima Online 97. Wow.
If you folks want to see something entertaining, those of you of the more experienced persuasion, check out eBay sometime and just do a search for retro PC case. And you'll find so many old PC cases that are hot garbage and aren't really terribly useful, that people probably still had in their parents' attic somewhere because it was an old PC from way back then. But they're selling for $150.
Crazy.
You can buy a brand new high-tech case that's super streamlined for airflow for the same price or less.
Mr. Josso says I was legendary level SOF2 player by a time WoW launched. I couldn't make that hard of a detour and enjoy WoW. Rarity.
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 Yeah, exactly.
Oh, it's a
Fantastic.
FPS game.
Exactly.
I have a basement full of old. I mean, you could have a gold mine down there.
I mean,
Squatch. Just saying.
There you go. Start hitting the eBay market. Sell the stuff as retro PC parts. You might make bank.
There you go. There you go. Some of the OG CRT modders sell for tons.
Some people
Yeah.
want that old stuff in order to play the old games on. Like,
Yeah, true.
for instance, one of my dreams is when I'm rich and famous and I can afford just to have a full game room and set it up how I want it. I'd like to have one of those big wooden frame console TVs to play the Atari on.
I've only ever played like Pong on the Atari.
And like Nintendo, like the old school Nintendo, hook that up on top of it with the wired connections on the back.
Oh my gosh.
Interesting.
Yeah, we had to like screw the things down into the connector. Yeah. We'll use that one.
What's up, Erwin? I heard an oh my gosh.
All the base nodes around the marketplace onto in New Era are altered to like sawmills and stuff.
Oh, interesting.
Okay.
Don't know if that's intended.
Interesting. But
Sorry.
I was just gonna say, but yeah, there's like that 8-hour downtime tomorrow for PTR, and if you haven't tried PTR, I do suggest checking it out. There's a lot of really cool stuff getting tested if you want to get kind of hyped for P3 and don't mind the wiping or the downtime or what have you. It is up 24/7 again. They were able to get it back up 24/7. They intend to keep it 24/7 up until the 26th. But I really suggest it because not only will you be able to give them feedback on those systems early before they get implemented in phase 3, but you'll also get an idea of how they work a little bit better ahead of phase 3.
Yeah.
Like, are the whole processing things going to be in batches where they're all of a certain type? Like, are they all mounts? Are they all bobs?
Oh man, I hope not. I still hope that the artisan tree for animal husbandry lets you focus on one side or the other.
Oh. I'm actually processing. I'm sorry, Eric. Good.
I don't even know if that's working as intended. Because you're supposed to be able to, like, once animal husbandry works as intended, you're supposed to be able to, like, customize what stats you have on it.
Mm-hmm.
So this is not even its final form yet.
Correct.
Have yet to meet my final form.
Man, people speed running Oregon Trail. How do you even do that? I still haven't completed an any time run.
Speed running Wolfenstein. I did Commander Keen, Crystal Caves.
Oh
Duke
my gosh.
Nukem.
It's like trying to speed run the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game. Like that's a 99% of people don't even finish that game, like at all.
That's a feat.
So I'm starting a multi-process right now because they did put in multi-processing. So I'm processing 7 blue copper and 5 green copper.
Oh, so they
that's
combine.
what-
They have rarity combinations now. What did that
They
come out
decided-
to?
It's still working.
Oh,
We
it won't
got
tell
like
you
10 minutes.
until you finish it.
Nah, they all come out like either of the same or higher based on, if the node has buffs or you've got the buff or whatever.
Interesting. I can't wait to try that then.
I'm about to first science it, and I'll let you know if we're still on when that time comes.
Okay.
Part of me wants to be like, all right, guys, Tavern Talk's over. Time to pop into PTR.
Time to PTR it.
Man.
Well, I'm gonna make a fishing pylon or a survey beacon since I was told they work, and then I'm gonna go fishing.
See how that goes for sure. But fun fact though, for those of you that are like maybe just tuning in and you weren't here on Sunday, I actually everything I base my thoughts on primarily comes from World of Warcraft because I played World of Warcraft the longest. And that includes my PvP experience because outside of like Overwatch or like Marvels, I haven't really experienced PvP in an MMO outside of World of Warcraft. And in those, I typically either engaged in the battlegrounds, kind of, because I wasn't very good at them, or I would kind of just die a lot in the Outland area. So that's where a lot of my understanding and experience of world PvP / open world PvP comes from within MMOs. So that's why I kind of initially was very hesitant with doing open world PvP that Intrepid is intending, as well as just the world PvP. But that's also why I kind of came to this conclusion on Sunday for tech. I might be somewhat biased for the corruption system because I think like I am literally hanging on that being the saving grace for open world PvP for me.
Yeah, exactly. Same. But yeah, I don't know. I've never really been a huge person for open world PvP. I've always enjoyed objective based PvP. I think that's the only reason I'm kind of meh about some of the PvP things that are coming into Ashes and how they're approaching it. And congrats, by the way, Mr. Dross Leona, using the plunger. That's nasty.
Huzzah!
That's
gross,
nasty. But mainly just because there's so many things that have a stick on the end of them for, or not a stick, but a carrot on the end of them for PvP.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Ashon says dysentery.
Do we think if we set up the point system that YouTube will be able to take part in the fight on?
We would need to look into exactly how the triggers and API works with YouTube. Just because
Okay,
I don't
gotcha.
know it is the reason I haven't keyed it in that way.
Okay.
Because I can get the bot to accept commands from YouTube. It will watch chat for them, but I don't know how to pull specifically like the player names and stuff like that. But we have the point system that we could hook it up to instead of the Twitch point system.
Okay.
Oh.
We have a whole
So yeah,
separate yeah.
We're working to give YouTube their own point system. Actually, isn't the point system you decided to go with the one that's for YouTube and Twitch?
Yeah.
Okay.
So Twitch will still have its own separate side point system with its own separate specific rewards and whatnot. And then there'll be a combined one for the other two.
Back end for TGF stuff, the way that things are working, we're trying to get a point system that YouTube can take part in. So that way, when we have, let's say, our August 23rd PvP summit coming up, you guys can also submit questions. And it's not just for Twitch, because I want you guys to feel included in this. And I think YouTube could do better with the community interaction side of things. I get that that's like Twitch's bread and butter, but I feel like YouTube is lacking in that area, personally. When I played with Sims, I would always make them a house that had no bathroom. Wow, rude.
Thank you.
The only thing I've ever seen natural open world PvP happen in Ashes has only ever been competing for a spot in Steel Bloom and Carfin. Outside of that, I've run around mostly flagged. Honestly, it's one of those things where the experience that I have with Ashes of Creation and like kind of a more natural flagging thing was like we Nexus had a little mini turf war against pirates, I think, over the Raptors outside of Steel Bloom.
That was actually kind of fun.
And that was fun.
Yeah.
That was really fun.
Not gonna lie, that was.
There was definitely a little bit of corruption baiting there, for sure. But it was are you gonna go corrupt? Are you gonna go? I'm not gonna flag up over this. I can still I can still try and pet this thing to death. Unfortunately, that's how farming works. Vladis, how goes?
What's up, Vlad?
But yeah, that was pretty fun. I enjoyed that little bit of it. But yeah, knew a delay was going to happen. Yeah. I think a lot of people had a feeling a delay was going to happen. I was I'm glad we had this conversation before, Vladis. In fact, we actually at Vertec, we had a comment on us, one of our videos, the one that Vladis showed me for Tavern Talk, where they said that they're mad at Vladis and I because we both gave really good points for the opposing sides. So they didn't know which one to pick. But honestly, it was a really good conversation, and I'm okay with the delay that they gave because it was a meaningful delay. And you had some really good points that countered as well. And I think that at the end of the day, like Intrep is doing what's best for them. But there's a couple of things where it's like, I'm not sure. And I mean, one of those is we're waiting for the econ. But I'm wondering, is that what the 8-hour update is for tomorrow? Is there like the UI issues and econ and things like that? I don't know.
There's all the recipes that are broken too.
Yeah.
They do need to rebuild the T4 nodes because there's a lot of overlap from existing workstations. There's one set of stairs that you can't even get up right now because of a turret.
Yeah.
I'm with you, Vladis. Give me all the econ stuff. I will say, Vladis, that it's great that they delayed it.
He said, dude, please give me some econ stuff, man. We're dying here, Corey. And I do think that the communication on the delay was very top notch. It was well laid out, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I haven't looked at any info about the delay. I'm not bothered whatsoever. Yeah. It's basically, Leona, to sum it up, they just need some more time to work on the dynamic gridding and the anvils and things like that. They want to make sure it's in a really nice polished state. But also they're having a little bit of issues with some of the dynamic gridding. So they need a little bit more time to really get that polished and working nicely.
Yeah, needless to say, it feels very much more like they're letting the quote-unquote live server kind of play out as it's going to, while putting their heads down and focusing on making new stuff and fixing major issues and whatnot in PTR land.
I approve. I think they need more time than just 3 weeks, but I'll take what I can get. I mean, I don't know. The rate at which they're integrating new things and adjusting is pretty quick. I don't know if they need more than 3 weeks, but time will tell because you never know. Maybe there's like a infinite legendary oak or larchwood bug that has yet to be uncovered.
Who does that?
I don't know.
Hey, Vladis,
it was only 216 legendary larch, okay?
Only.
I forget, Vladis, have you jumped into the PTR much at this point? Because I'll tell you what, I did really for the first real time yesterday, and we did the stream with the game running. We didn't obviously stream the PTR because that's bad. There's a visual NDA, but we did play it in the background while we were chatting with peoples. And I'll tell you what, man.
Robot.
It was a world of difference.
Hey, sorry. I was like, I wanted to answer Vertec.
No worries.
Typing it all out.
That's fair.
Yeah, I have played the PTR, and thank God that it's not stuttering and acting the way live does for me on my computer. But it's doing really well. I haven't really tested too much because I've made like 6 characters because they keep getting bricked. So, I'm trying to test in the very short time frames that I have to test to do something, but it's just hard because I was trying to go to the pocket dungeon and then I blinked on my mage and it just DC'd me and I couldn't go back in, so then I had to create I had to create another character, and it's like I don't know what's gonna do what. Yesterday.
Oh, it was yesterday even. Okay.
Yeah, yesterday. I'm sorry. I want to answer your question, Vertec. What was it again? Just if I played the PTR?
Yeah, if you've done much of it, because I was surprised, like crazy surprised yesterday, because we were playing that in the background while just streaming voice and the last live stream from Intrepid, and I was kind of flabbergasted. Before I had to set basically everything at low and some things on medium for quality settings, and I would still get like 20 FPS while
Yeah.
streaming, and I was able to set everything on high. Granted, I didn't have it on epic or cinematic, but I set everything to high. Maybe there's some stuff on epic. I forget. I'll have to check it again. But still, like I set it that way to be on the cautious side of things, because my GPU was running at like, I think it was anywhere from 89 to 95% capacity.
Yeah.
And when I would sit still, it would drop down to like 80. So there's still plenty of room for me to jack it up if I wanted to. And that kind of surprised me a lot.
That to me is something that and again, I know optimization always comes later, but with the amount of people that are going to come in phase 3 and watch people play, I really hope that they just take a jab at the optimization for this game, because if people are going to be streaming and everything like that, and you see it just be so janky and laggy and glitchy and stuff like that, like, you know, and again, we all know it's alpha, we all know it's this, but it's like, even if you can just leave out a system and just focus on optimization, be like, hey, we know the system is like partially done or even 75% done, but what can we do to like put some optimization passes to make the game just run better? You know what I mean? Like,
and you know what?
I feel like that's very important.
I'd have to kind of agree with you on that one, because, and by kind I mean probably a lot, because because let's be honest, if you were to jump into a game you've never tinkered around with, and you're like, hey, sure, I'll drop $100, I guess, to play this in its early access phase, because that's what everyone's going to see it as, right? Everyone's going to see it as it's an early access phase, not an alpha. And they're gonna jump in, and they would probably be far more accepting of a smooth running game that had some bugs and some incomplete features, rather than a game with incomplete features, bugs, and also it's not running well at all in any way, shape, or form. So yeah, I'd have to agree with you on that one. It would be nice to see that, because this whole alpha phase thing that we're doing right now, there's not really any games out there that are properly doing alphas anymore. Like they just aren't. So this is kind of a PR phase for them, if anything else. Like, hey, check it out, it's doing cool stuff and it's running smoothly. Would be really awesome.
Also to add to that, like Steven said from the beginning, that phase 3 was going to be more focused on player retention over the other phases. And I mean, the optimization that we're seeing is purely, I believe, and Erwin, you can chime in here on this as well. I believe just going to 5.6 from 5.4.
What a huge bump.
And I mean, the other thing I want to put out there, you guys see how crisp and clear our stream is right now. Vertec and I are looking into what's going on with us streaming Ashes, because everything can be nice and crisp except for Ashes for some reason. And I think it might be like however way we have it stuffing in there. I'm not really sure. But I also noticed it with the recording as well. Like the game is just like hard to read. That's not at all what our experience is in the game. Yeah. Like what you're seeing on our stream while we're trying to figure out what's going on with our streaming, it's like 10 times better in game. Like it's so gorgeous.
Yeah, I legitimately thought it was just because that's how it looked in OBS, and I never really paid that much attention to our streams, because I pull the stream up so I can chat in it, but I always have it at super low quality anyway, because I don't want to eat up the bandwidth. I mean, we have plenty of it. We're running like a 2 gig line with fiber, so we still even get like a 1 gig upload. So I don't have any reason to necessarily be too conservative with it, but I still like to be on the safe side. Yeah, and so I never noticed it. And then, then the one time somebody pointed it out, went back and looked and said, oh, wow, it looks real jank. Let's fix that. So I need to take probably this weekend and sit down for a handful of hours and figure it out.
And I suppose that'll bring me... Oh, go ahead.
Just real quick, did you see the thing that Steven was talking about with the interact?
Yes, we were talking about that a little bit.
Right, I'm doing drive-bys on quest mobs and quest items.
Really?
So you know the pyre and the larder quest?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can stay mounted and run around and grab all them skeletons without having to dismount.
Oh, is that intended?
I don't know if that's intended.
That just...
I don't know. I just work here.
I just work here.
That's funny.
I mean, what I heard Steven say in Discord was that he says that you're going to be able to chop, water, and defruit a tree.
Yep. That made me wonder, like, does that mean that the way that you go down a skill tree determine what you're able to do with that skill tree? Or is it like if you're a farmer, you can defruit a tree and you could tap another tree for like, or if you're a cook, you could tap a tree for some sap? Like, is there cross pollination with the tools from other artisanships?
I see what you did there. I see what you did there.
I think it's interesting because I knew there was going to be potentially like other things you can do, but to be able to do all of that, I think is very interesting. Like if you see an adolescent like Western larch, you can just water instead of chop it, right? So it becomes like an adult, hopefully, you know, like maybe sooner. Like I think that's interesting. The fruiting thing is kind of interesting because it's like, is a weeping willow going to have fruit in its tree, or is an oak going to have like something in it?
No, but we already have date palm. We do have date palm already.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's in the desert.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
And we have coconut trees too.
We do, and banana trees, which our herbalist can gather.
Do you remember in the live stream, this was like probably a year ago, maybe 2 years ago, when Steven was like cutting apples in a bush?
Yeah, oh yeah. You'd walk up to the bush and be like, shoop, 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 and a bunch of berries would fall to the ground.
Yeah, like it's like we haven't had that yet, so I'm sure that that's potentially going to be a thing. It's just again, this goes to, you know, not formulas, but like econ stuff, right? Like recipes. It's like we're missing so much of that stuff, right? And I hope it's just around the corner, but we'll see.
Things like that is exactly why I keep saying that I feel like Intrepid is a lot further in terms of development, not in terms of what's ready for us, but in terms of development than we realize. Because if that was a year ago and he just brought up the multiple interacts and the different ways you can interact, you know what I'm getting at here? Waiting for pineapple trees so I can start making pizza. I love it. Now you're making me hungry. I kind of want a pizza with pineapple on it now.
You go wash your mouth out with soap.
No, I love it.
Not at all.
I am Nikuin. I will take the pineapple. I will put it on the pizza. But I like a good Hawaiian pizza with the pineapple and everything.
Heckin' yeah.
But
My pride.
See, that's why I had to marry this one. I had to find one that liked pineapple on pizza.
Oh yeah.
For those who don't know, pineapple on pizza was invented in Ontario.
Oh, that's
Canada.
awesome.
With Canadian bacon.
Why are you throwing that shade at yourself?
What's worse is having pizza on the pineapple.
That's it.
What about pineapple on a burger? I like that too.
Yes.
Keyword. Pineapple on pizza is legit. See, thank you, Sasquatch. You should come over sometime. We'll have Hawaiian pizza. But yeah, I was gonna say that's the other thing. So just as a heads up, we would normally have a guest either this week or next week, and instead we're not gonna have a podcast for the next 2 weeks. The guest that we did have had to cancel on us, and that's fine. Real life always comes first. So like if you're ever someone who's curious about being a guest on our podcast, as long as you don't do it the night before, I mean, if it's serious enough, you can do it the night before. But as long as you don't do it the night before, I'm usually pretty chill at like figuring it out and getting another person. But
we can most of the time find a filler, but
yeah. But I want to spend this Saturday and next Saturday at least working on some TGF stuff, which includes some of the things Vertec was talking about. Figuring out why our gameplay when we're streaming it is at a lower weird quality, things like that. Wondering if that includes for Claire, the Claire game that you're playing, or if that's just an Ashes thing. And a variety of other things. I just kind of want to know. And then on top of that, I'm working on a little bit of a redesign. And those of you that popped in, not this last Sunday, but the previous Sunday when we had to cancel Fablecraft, you saw a little peeky of that. And if you're a subscriber, that's in your subscriber VODs, which that's another thing that we've started doing is at least twice a month, we'll do a subscriber only stream where I will hang out and I will work on stuff that I really want to work on. And this last month was my thoughts on the PvP changes and my thoughts on PvP in general within Ashes. So that's been really nice for me to have. Thank you, Vertec, for suggesting that. Because I've been wanting to make content, like YouTube content for a little while, but I always complain that I don't have time. And that allows me to set aside time and really do it. Just do it, you know. But we are going to have Crix on the 16th, Crix Gaming. And then the 23rd, we're going to have our PvP summit. And then the following weekend, we're going to be at PAX West and we'll be figuring out what we're doing for streaming on that. So that'll be fun.
Yeah,
but that's what
yeah.
to expect from the Tavern coming up. Obviously, not obviously, but if you like TTRPGs, August 3rd will be, I think, our big final banger for Tales of Fablecraft for the current thing we're on. But that's kind of the major stuff I planned outside of some subscriber only streams. Sorry, go ahead, Vertec.
No, I got nothing. I hiccuped.
I thought you were talking. I thought you were talking.
I hiccuped.
Okay. But yeah, I'm excited. That being said, I think looking at the schedule, I'm not going to be available probably the 24th. So I think the 10th and the 17th will be our subscriber streams for August. I'll be putting up the poll in our Discord for the patron section on the next topic tonight. I was supposed to put it up on Sunday, and then I took a nap. So, sorry, guys.
I was gonna do the thing, then I took a nap.
Yeah.
Do-do-do-do-do.
Like I said, I've been kind of under the weather for like the last couple of days, so I need a little extra sleep.
Multiprocessing does not work yet. Don't do it.
Don't do it. Okay.
Okay, noted.
Toast.
Was that a checkbox there somewhere?
It was a oops.
That was an oops.
There you go.
Honestly, I was so sad. Remember when you could send a warehouse? I had processed a bulk of like something heroic and I sent it to the warehouse and that was broken. I didn't know it was broken because the button lit up. And yeah, I lost all of those.
Oh no.
It works now, but if you fill up your warehouse, it will actually go into the locked nodes and you can't get your stuff out until you buy the extra area for storage. It's silly.
How's it going, Toast? How's your Tuesday? Yeah. Just as a heads up for anybody coming in, tomorrow there's an 8-hour downtime for maintenance on PTR.
Okay.
So-
A
I was gonna
pause.
ask, like, what are you guys looking forward to for this live stream? Because honestly, I have no idea what I want them to say or what I want them to show or even what I want them to talk about. Because it's just, I don't know. Like, I don't have anything in my brain. Maybe it's because I'm delirious from lack of sleep. I don't know.
Aw.
I don't know what I want them to talk about.
Can
I
we
kind of-
stream their stream and like discuss it at the same time?
I wouldn't see why not. I mean, as far
same.
as streaming the, you mean streaming the actual live stream on Thursday?
Yeah, so like back when I used to do PoE, we'd stream their dev stream about what their announcements are, and we would sit there and critique what new gems were coming out or what new play styles would be good.
I mean, you
Like
can
I-
do that. I think
Okay.
a lot of people probably would wait till, because a lot of the hardcore Ashes people they want to just watch it like
Yeah.
themselves, and then after the live stream, then they want to like discuss it in Discord and talk about all the stuff and everything like that. But
I think
I'm just
that's
curious,
what
like-
Friday's gonna be.
what do you want to hear from them?
TV first.
Thank you. I would love to see them actually show people what the lawless zones look like, because after seeing it on the PTR, I think it'll help people, like, give people a better visualization for the people not bothering with the PTR. And then I really hope that this is my hopium. This is like the copium that's like overtaking me, that the 8-hour update includes some economy changes so we can see what that's like for the live. But mainly because this will be the last live before P3 officially then at that point.
And real quick, just I had to take a quick look because I wanted to verify before I said words and things. But Copium Clinic with Steven, yeah, is August 30th.
Not July. It was supposed to be last weekend actually, but
Yeah,
instead it is.
I wanted to make sure I wasn't hallucinating before I replied and looked like a fool. So I had to dig it up real quick first.
I did that too, to be fair. So, yeah.
Because the amount of busyness here lately, yeah.
Yeah. So, I guess maybe when they had to push back the P3, they needed more time, and that means hands on deck, especially with the live stream happening on the 31st. I imagine having a couple more weeks to be able to do all that is ideal. No idea what they're all hands on decking right now. But yeah, your turn.
I would like there to be a little bit more info on the rotating lawless zones. I would also truly enjoy it if they were to go on about freehold stuff like we were talking about earlier. If they were to be like, hey, so we've made some improvements on the freehold system, so it's going to be in a much better state for phase 3 coming up, and here's the kind of things we've gotten it to do, and here's what we're looking to finish before then. That'd be amazing.
Yeah, I'd like to see that'd be something else I'd be curious to hear about, is the freehold changes. Yeah. Erwin Oracle?
I would like to know, like, the revamp to node. Like, we know at town we have 8 building
He wants
slots.
nodes 3.
No. Like, I'm off of that now. Like, that was just me memeing.
I want Node 3 to be a meme forever.
Oh, it will be.
I want to know what impact the change that they announced last month has on the nodes now.
That's fair.
Like,
Besides
because
Fastling.
Yeah, that'd be good too.
From what we've known, the town is gonna have 12 slots, but it's not telling us up to what stage, like station they will have it at for like crafting. We don't know if it's gonna have if it's now gonna have Grandmaster as well, or if it's still only gonna have Master.
I can answer that for you.
Okay, what you got?
So, the 12 nodes, the trees are in for the Master and Grandmaster professions.
Ooh.
And they have 3 different specializations per Master and Grandmaster profession.
Okay.
So I think they'll have up to, have multiple stations in those nodes. But if you want a certain thing to happen because you're spec'd into it, you're going to have to go to that direction, or for quality. There's also an XP tree for gaining more XP per crafting, per gathering, per everything. So,
okay,
those are in, is what I'm going to say. The tree is kind of, it needs a bit more verbiage. A lot of bit more verbiage. But I definitely am going to see and look forward to those coming in.
Okay. I have a feeling they're probably going to deep dive on what the towns bring, and now that we have towns testable.
Wait, did they put in the profession talent tree finally?
Yes, they did.
In the PTR?
I'm the PTR.
Is it just on the building, or is it for yourself?
It's on the building right now.
Okay.
I haven't seen one for ourselves yet, but they also won't let us go beyond 10.
Oh, right, because they keep blocking it.
Yeah, so it's currently locked. I try to promote. It doesn't go beyond 10. I have a copy and
Okay.
paste set up for everyone that's that question. Just like the copy and paste for the crate drag to your bar.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you see the guy named Trick in there at all, Gladys, but that's me.
Gotcha. Okay. Okay.
I'm answering whatever questions I can. I'm testing a bunch of stuff, breaking the game, breaking Lion's Hold for the whole server for like 3 hours straight.
Good job. Good job.
Making TB not be able to test for the rest of the night, so she just goes to the gym instead.
Yeah.
Where did you see the tier 4 and tier 5 trees? Is it in
So,
Riverlands or?
If you just open up N, and you know how if you were a mayor, you could actually go in and look at the nodes and what was in there.
Yeah.
Even as a citizen, you could do that just to see what materials are required to go towards a building. But then there's an area for the talents. So you actually get a 1-to-1 talent, and it has 3 different horizontal columns for each section of those professions. And one stapled into XP, one stapled into extra resources, and then one stapled into like rarity. So you get those 3 sections all the way down to the end. And then it starts out at master for that first talent point. Goes a few things in there for XP, the node, however you want to structure that particular building towards, and then it moves into Grandmaster.
Interesting.
And that's what gives it a Grandmaster, or the ability to craft Grandmaster items.
Oh, cool.
So I don't know if we're going to get a huge overwork for that. The other thing that we're not expecting, and it could happen, is the increase to level 30.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering, because I mean, on the horizon, we've got the secondary classes, and you're gonna want a couple of levels at least. So getting from 25 to 30 would give you at least 5 points of levels for doing your secondaries, to at least begin testing with them a little bit.
Yeah.
No. My whole thing is that I really wish, and now that we get phase 3, I really hope, my hope of hopes is to have PTR up 24/7 as well.
Mm-hmm.
And have people that don't care, because this is something I talked about, Steven, before Alpha 2 was even there, is if I don't want to grind to level, but I want to focus test, I would probably live way more on the PTR personally, because I can just boost to max level, right? Test the things that I want to test, give my feedback, and not having to feel like I have to quote unquote play the game on the Alpha 2 server, even though that does provide very natural testing, but I want to unnaturally test because my time can't dictate me naturally testing right now.
Right.
And that's why I really hope, especially with all of us like being like family people, I know a lot of my guildies have kids, have wives and everything like that. And most of us can't dedicate a lot of time to grind a very grindy game right now to get to max level, to, test the things that we want to test. And I really hope the PTR is there for people like myself and others to just boost to max level, put the gear on, go out into the world, do that focus testing alongside the Alpha 2 doing its natural gameplay testing. I want both of them to coexist.
Yeah. And I mean, that's something that I've been saying. I think Vertec, you agree with me on this. We've been saying this for about a month or two now. When we brought up the PTR about how like PTR should have that more focused testing before it goes on to the live server. And then that way, like you fit both play styles, and I work with easily both play styles. But if I ever don't know what to do with live server, I can go, what are they testing on PTR? Oh, that sounds nifty. Let me go hop on that real quick.
Right.
But I think that Intrepid, if you utilize PTR like this going forward, I think it's going to be massive for you. Not only for getting into the live server afterwards for whatever system you're testing, but also like Vertec and I have tested games before, so we can figure out what to make up for ourselves to test. A lot of the player base that is paying $100 may have never tested a game before. So having that direction is very helpful, especially when met with like decision paralysis of like there's so many things I could be testing right now. I don't know what to focus on, and I don't know which one's most important for Intrepid.
Yeah.
So having that option with PTR, I think would go a very long way, not only for you guys getting more focused content in terms of testing, but also I feel like some people, they wonder if their whatever they're doing is actually meaningful for you. When you're like, just do anything. We're working on back end stuff. Like they're like literally anything. Like,
But yeah, that's I mean, the other side of the coin on that with both PTR and the live going is that some people, and you're gonna know who you are by the time I finish this statement, some people it's not made for the PTR, like at all in any way, shape, or form. And not just because there's constant resets, but because it's literally like operating with cheat codes. If there's a vendor that can give you instant levels and instant gear and instant money and all this to go do whatever you want and test whatever you want, for some people that spoils the experience, and then they don't want to play the full game after experiencing that part where they can just go and do the thing that they want to do, and cool, they did the thing, and now, well, why? It's whatever now. I tested the thing and played the thing I wanted to play, and I'm done here.
Yeah.
So if you're one of those people, just beware. You'll fall into that trap for sure.
I don't think it's a trap. I think I wouldn't mind if someone bought the Alpha 3 key.
Well, I don't think it's I don't think it's set up like a trap so much as it's something that you don't see coming that you're gonna fall into and be like, oh shit, I got stuck and meh. Like not like it was set up like that on purpose, but just something people can accidentally fall into.
Pitfall almost.
I think as long as they are testing the game, like I really don't care whether it's on PTR or whether it's on the actual Alpha 2 live server. I think as long as they're providing feedback in the time that they're playing, that's valuable, and even if they went into the PTR for a couple of times and they said, oh, I got my fill, I won't log in until there's like a big update or like a new class or we can level to 40 or something like that, then I'll go back on the thing. Like that doesn't really make me upset at the fact that they did that, because they went in, they still did the thing they wanted to do, and as long as they feel like they got their money's worth, because the opposite side could happen too. You want to go and test, but you realize how grindy this game is and you don't want to do it. Then you feel like, well, I paid almost $100 for this. Like, I don't want to level this way. You know what I mean? So it's like, at least the PTR is there for them to go to max level or the level 25 and experience it. I think that's why I like both being operational, because just like you said, you'll know the kind of player you are, and depending on the time frame you have or depending on your goal of why you purchased it, you can potentially fulfill that goal on either of those servers, whether it's PTR or the live server.
Yep.
Yeah, I think the point Vertec was trying to get at is jumping in on PTR without realizing that after you test those things, you're just not motivated to test anymore. And so it's like the final option that wasn't thrown out there of tested some things, but then walked away kind of dissatisfied, not like with the game itself, but like with the money spent and then how burnt out they got on it or something. They should have, in my opinion, make admin access codes we could use to spawn stuff rather than placed NPCs or vendors with gear. Like /get gear set rogue 25 or /teleport to XYZ. For PTR, I'm glad they added the pocket dungeon teleports now. Yeah, I get what you're saying, like teleport me to like a certain space. But that being said, I think the vendors are a much more UI friendly way of getting that stuff versus someone having to remember what the command is to get somewhere to do something.
Yeah.
I imagine, like, we already have a lot of questions of how do I get XYZ gear, now imagine you have to do like / and then a specific thing for it.
What was that gear set name again?
Yeah, I think a lot more people would be more frustrated with PTR if it ended up being like that, but I could see it as possibly like an alternative, maybe.
Not only that, but the permission side from a sysadmin point, that would just be atrocious to try and manage.
Yeah, and have a good
Yeah.
night there, Vladis. Thanks for stopping
good
in.
night.
Thanks for chatting.
I didn't want to step on anybody else talking.
You're good.
Get rest while you can.
And hey, well, come on in there, Vale.
Hello.
There you
Vale.
go. We're just
Hi.
chatting away. Answer
Yeah.
a lot of questions. Got a lot of questions. I've got a lot of hopes for the up and coming as well.
Mhm.
8 hours
Yeah.
is nothing to bat an eye at. That's usually when they do big releases to some degree.
That's why I'm saying it's got to be something big, like 8 hours. This is something big that they're doing. What is it?
I didn't put it in mind because we went off on a tangent, but I think we're gonna get Mount Dune starting in PCs and the ability to start there as an actual new character.
Oh yeah. When
Yeah.
you select the anvils as the starting, that you actually like phase into the anvils.
So for those of you that just kind of joined us, Mount Dune or the Dunes and El Mountains, your starting area for the dwarfs races it's in, but you can't start there legitimately yet. You have to port up to a nearby dungeon, and then you can get to what would be the lion's hold of the starting areas, and then you have to reverse engineer your path back to the starting portal,
And try not to get lost.
and try not to get lost or fall down a hole or jump through a wall on your mount.
None of those would happen. None of
There's
those
a
would
lot of
happen.
trials and tribulations.
Yeah, yeah.
We had to call Fubo to help us, but
Evidence.
And Fupo just came and sat and stared at us and didn't
Like a
actually
cat.
help. Like
yeah,
a cat.
Fubo sat there like a cat.
Like
Yeah.
a kitty. Mm-hmm,
But Oracle said that today there is a portal to the bonfire and hammer rest, and I think the starting portal as well. So that's exciting. I kind of want to like go remake Ravina just so that I could go and experience from like the portal. But I also kind of want to just wait until whatever this patch is tomorrow, and just be like, when I get back from the gym or like whatever I'm doing tomorrow after work, then I'll experience it fresh. But
You got
pretty
8
excited.
hours from 11 a.m. tomorrow, right?
Huh?
Well, 8 hours from
It says
server-
1 p.m.
so 1,
For me.
1 p.m. your
So-
time. Yeah,
That would be 9 p.m. That'd be by the time I get back from the gym about.
gotcha.
Um,
So, okay. Well, I mean, I can go stream something else tomorrow. I can't stream
Oh.
that, but anyway.
Anybody who was here last night, we were talking about doing Killer In. Yeah, guess what? That's out of beta. We found out after we got off live.
Yeah. Unfortunately.
So we were like, we're gonna stream this next Monday, and then I think it was you, Erwin. You were like, "Are you?"
Are you really?
I was just being facetious. I mean, I don't play scary games, so
Oh no, it was just I was using that as a general laugh because you said that the beta's already over. I think so. Actually, makes sense.
I'm a
Everyone's
prophet and I don't know it.
Yeah, we did some quests. Oh, was there more quests to do today? Because you were part of that with me yesterday. But yeah, Riptide, my alt is named Ravina. She's a Nikua rogue.
Mm-hmm.
So trying to figure out like her story because I got like the whole RP thing going on with her as well. So who is she? What's her story? What kind of person is she? Apparently she likes kicking turtles.
She does. I saw it. I witnessed the whole thing. She was very turtle abusive.
Maybe they try to bite her too much when she was little. She was just like, no.
Vlad, did you get to fight a turtle yet?
Oh, Vladis left.
Oh, he's on, yeah.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
went to
Turtle.
bed.
He went to
They do
sleep.
a bouncing barrel roll, and it hurts.
Oh, it's so fun. Nikua rogue the min-max. Yeah.
We all
Well,
did a
it
double take
wasn't
when that
even-
happened.
It wasn't even for min-max reasons. It just happened to be because I really wanted to play a Nikua. And so like I let Discord choose the race and the class. So that's what we ended up with.
I missed what is it like minimum height, maximum damage?
Yes, exactly.
Yep. It's like choosing a Renkai tank. If you really want to get in the way. Renkai, big body.
Oh, speaking of, what are the thoughts on Renkai? Because I saw Jamie kind of raging about the newest perception of Renkai.
Oh no, I missed that.
Well, imagine an orc in World of Warcraft.
Mm-hmm.
And now imagine sliding that orc to look much more like thinner and Asian, which is the intent. And then also more towards the Vec side of it.
Oh, I was meaning I missed Jamie's complaints.
Oh, that's his problem though.
Oh, okay.
It's not the big fierce orky boy that he was supposed to be. For those of you wondering, this is the oops, hold on, I didn't copy it. Copy image address. There we go. So here's what the newest orc newest Renkai looks like. And then do they have the old art style of it? Well, they do have this. This to me feels like what I expected a Renkai to be like, and it still has that level of like badass to it, while also having that Asian flair.
Yeah.
But I guess they feel like they look less beefy boy.
I think it's just maybe the grittiness of the artwork itself. Because the shading of the second one you put in there is just a little bit more like
dramatic.
Gritty, yeah, and dramatic, like the shading and everything, whereas the other one's much more like even lighting, softer shadows.
And I'm thinking that's the character model versus the art.
Yeah,
and
character model versus concept art. Yeah.
The one thing I want to say is comparing one character model off of like the entire race, especially when they had other character models that you could choose from previously, or like in terms of what you saw previously, is like looking at one sim and thinking all the other sims are going to look like that, when there's sliders and there's adjusters and things like that that you're going to be able to do within the thing. So I think they're still going to be badass. I think you're going to have to be, it's going to be up to you to make them built like that.
Yeah, because I mean, honestly, if you were to take even this one, hold on.
He doesn't even play anymore, but to be honest, Jamie did me doing P1 and I won't forgive him for that. Oh no, I don't even know. But I'm just saying he's not the only one that had that thought. Like there are other people that felt like Renkai could have been more beefy. I saw it on Reddit, which is why I brought it up. But go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, even that screenshot that I just put in chat is a little bit more towards the in-game looking character art that you posted up. That looks more like that than it does the concept art anyway. So it's kind of already like that.
Yeah.
Right?
The concept art, yeah. And I believe I have another screenshot that I grabbed from live server, or Nithrum grabbed from live server, when GM Jacob showed up in a Renkai. That was pretty fun. But Oracle, you were trying to say something.
Yeah, like the first thing he posted, it feels like a good middle ground between the beefy orc and the Asian one.
That is the most recent thing that they posted.
Yeah, like I like that one personally, because I don't know any other like our world race.
Yeah.
That actually has Asian influence in their culture. I mean, like dragon influence in their culture.
Yeah, I think that it's really cool to see the scales kind of subliminally there, like the little outlines of them.
See, because then there's also this one. Yeah, I think the Renkai have kind of been like that this whole time. It's just the concept art was different. Because here's this one too.
Yeah, the sensation of it almost. subliminally. Okay, I used that wrong, but whatever. Vertec always laughs at me for using words wrong.
Yeah, this is the first one where like they introduce the aesthetic.
Honestly, and a part of me wanted to have a Renkai because I just love Asian culture. So I'm like torn. I'm like, my pirate, or like, do I go for Renkai, or do I have a third character? Because I can't choose it between them. Probably gonna end up having a third character, but I at least have cherry blossoms on my pirate, and that makes me happy.
Yeah, we got hair color back too. No more mops.
Oh yay, that's good. Yeah, so for those of you that didn't know, for a while there in PTR, the hair is just big blocks of gray.
I got a chin mop.
Yep, I actually called one of my characters Mophead for that reason. But yeah.
Oi, oi. So mean. So mean.
Thought it was just me. Good to know. Nope, it was not just you.
Not just you.
It happened for a little bit there, but I kind of want to say maybe we should raid over to a Wraith Crawler who raided us last night. Because if you guys are new around here, we love to raid out. We make sure that we always raid out to somebody. Because for one, that spreads the love. It is Ozajack. It's August 30th now. Ozajack. But Ozzyjack? Yeah. But anyway, it's August 30th now for the Burns interview. And ours are soon TM. Since Steven mentioned it, people have been asking us. It's like, I don't know, soon TM. It's been happening the last week or so, yeah. Cheers. But we, I think, are about to run away because it's almost the midnight here. And I have work tomorrow. And I was thinking we should raid over to Wraith Crawler, who raided us last night. And also, Wraith Crawler's a newer streamer, a newer person. So let's give him some love and welcome in and thank him, I guess, for the raid last night as well.
Do it.
But we love spreading the love. We love taking our viewership and helping somebody else. You can always tell when they appreciate it, the look on their faces. And meanwhile, me, when that happened to us back when we first started, I would just hide. I'd get shocked and embarrassed, and then I would just hide.
She would.
But you got anything you want to talk about?
Got
as
anything?
we close here.
Guesses?
Erwin streams.
Yeah,
Darwin does stream.
I started this new thing, and it's actually going pretty well. So, I wanted to make a big push come the 4th, and then that got a nice wrench thrown into it. So
Yeah.
I have been streaming. I've been trying to find a good little niche audience to jump into, but ER to the win is my Twitch handle. I haven't really got a schedule set up yet, but it's going to be more frequently than not. Did a little bit of WoW. I streamed a 1 to 7, 1 to 10 leveling phase for a rogue. I'm probably going to keep up with that, doing my best grinding spots and best leveling initial ways to go. However, that's getting a wrench thrown into it as well, so we're gonna have all sorts of fun.
Yeah. Playing mop.
Yeah, I think I'm almost done with that.
Erod! Right here at the end.
Right at the end. Oh, thank you. Oh my goodness. I've already finished that, so I can have a cherry. And
I
a
gotta
fireball
refill this
potion.
before the next stream.
I'll get you.
But if you guys don't know who we are, I mean the rest of us, we are all part of Nexus. If you're looking for a guild, discord.gg/Nexus. Yo.
I cheers and it didn't go through.
Aw. But yeah, we're part of Nexus. So if you're looking for a group to hang out with, we're pretty chill in my opinion. Got some good people in our guild, and if you're looking to grab the Ashes thing and you want to also support us, there's our referral link, and that will eventually make it so that we can give back to the community. I believe Vertec, our plan is to take whatever money we make from the referral and put it back for maybe doing giveaways for people to get some game time, things like that in the future.
Oh yeah, there's always been a plan of taking some of the monies we get and doing things like giveaways and picking up things. So yeah, it's gonna be included in there.
Yeah.
We just gotta make sure we get ourselves up to proper speed first, and as soon as that happens, then yeah, absolutely. Well, actually, we've done that already. We self-funded the commercial contest last year.
We did, and eventually we'll be able to do a lot more of that, but there's some stuff that needs our attention with costs and stuff like that, with over designs, design overlays, things like that, doing redos. But oh, go ahead. I'll cancel this.
Yeah. If you join us this week, next Monday for Meatcrest is Nexus Guild Night here at TGF Tavern.
It is. It is. I know I caught you. Candle!
Oh my goodness, can do. Welcome in and thank you. And
I was reading. I know I caught you at the end, but will you be streaming later this week after the Friday stream? You know what? We will be doing a Tales of Ablecraft, but you know what? I could probably pop on with a Vertec 10. I'm gonna just drink a bit more of this. Yeah, we'll call that even. Oh my goodness.
I'll tell you what, can do. Next time you pop into a stream, remind me. And I will make up for the last of the other 10. I got two subs worth of drinking in there. I'll get the other 8 next time. Just remind me.
Is it Can Do? That
Can Do.
Can Do Gaming. Cheers to you first to pronounce it correctly too. Nice.
And you know what? You know what's funny is I just looked at it today at the beginning of the raid, or not the raid, at the beginning of the stream. I saw your name there, and I was like, I think we've been mispronouncing that. It's probably Can Do and not Kando. Timing is amazing.
I forgot. Oh yeah, I was gonna say I could probably grab a Vertec. We could probably do like a little stream to chit chat about the live stream and our thoughts on it if you want.
Yeah, we could do a little impromptu thing.
Could totally
do a little
do
bit
that.
of something. Hang out on a Saturday afternoon.
Something. Yeah, especially because we're not going to have our podcast for a couple of weeks. So yeah,
Oh, no.
sure. For that, absolutely.
Yeah, folks, let us know in Discord if you'd rather see a afternoon or a evening stream. Maybe you can hang out in here and we'll get some pineapple pizza and some drinks and sit here hanging out with peoples.
I'm gonna need some Ashes talk. Well, we got plenty of it in our Discord. So if you're not already part of that, come on in there. Otherwise, I mean, we doing the Tavern talk every Tuesday. If you ever want to pop in and chit chat with us.
Yeah, you're free to join voice with us on Tuesdays.
Yeah.
Tavern Tuesdays.
Tavern Tuesdays. Oh my god. I love it. But we were about to wrap up and raid over to Wraithcrawler, who's a newer content creator, who was playing Rogue, I believe. Wow, straight up to level 4. Jeez, great hype train. Looking to build a
Seriously.
PC just to play some Ashes. Nice, Deathium. That's awesome. Well, if you ever need any suggestions, a lot of us have built PCs, so Vertec is pretty good at like picking stuff out. I can tell you some really cool web places to see to make sure if they work well together. And I'm just messing with my straw over here. I'm just gonna put this over
And
here.
Deathium, as one random tip, I've been one to build my own PCs for years and years and years, but then I started seriously considering pre-built. If you're near a micro center specifically, and maybe even get one that they can ship you, they actually make some really good pre-builts that are significantly cheaper than buying all the parts yourself.
By the way, welcome in Peoria. Welcome in. I'm sorry you had to reschedule your vacation. I know it's gotta be a pain.
Yeah.
Here, I'll rage with you. Ready? Rage.
Rage.
I built my lasso with all the Amazon Prime parts for WoW Classic. Okay, so
Nice.
you know what you're doing. Cool.
Okay.
We have some friends that are like, I want to try building my own PC. I don't know what I'm doing, and I'm like, bet you got it.
Software
let's do it. I'm
developer,
also
so
a
you have
software-
patience.
Excuse me, I'm a software engineer. Do you see this one having patience? No, you don't.
I mean, that's fair. That's fair. This is fair.
Granted, I'm more of a web developer, but I learned Java and C#.
Got to get you to be a pro in C# so you can tune out our bot. Put you to work on that one.
Been a while. I'll buy a couple of Udemy courses so I can help with that. But are those coffees? Or what coffees? The things I cheered with?
Cheers.
No, they're
No, those are brewskis.
those are
Them's brewskis, yeah. Java and
Java
C#.
and C#. No,
Ba-dum.
no. But they're actually, the fun fact, the icon for Java is the little mug with like steam coming out, so they know what they're doing.
Oh yeah.
I'm C embedded firmware engineer. Okay, very cool. We got some smarties in the chat, so y'all understand what I'm saying when I'm talking about like some pushback on like dev stuff, because you know it's what happened.
Yeah. I do infosec. I just got to make sure all that firmware is up to snuff and doesn't hurt the network.
I got an mood emote. Thank you so much, Can Do. Appreciate you.
That's fantastic.
PTR's back.
But yeah, I just I do HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, and I know a little bit of Python, and it's been a long time for all the other stuff. So self-taught though, self-taught. It's not easy. So I know basic. There you go.
I am basic. If that helps.
He's a basic B for those pumpkin spice lattes.
Heck yeah. I'll turn basic B any day for a pumpkin spice latte.
Speaking of, it's about time for those to come out.
We're getting there. I'm so excited. I love pumpkin spice.
What'd you say, Erwin?
Dirty pumpkin spice latte.
Ooh. With an extra shot.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
You said shots wrong, but I'll take it.
Missed a whole extra letter there.
Oh, multiple shots. Gotcha. Oh, there's a shot. What? Confused. Anyway, welcome in, Dethium. It's really cool. I love meeting other like software engineers and nerds and stuff like that. Vertec, he's in the cyber. I'm in software. We're both nerds in our own right. We love us some Ashes, and we've been around Ashes since 2017, and this podcast, this channel has been around since 2018 or 2019. So yeah, we are East Coast. Yeah, it is practically midnight, and I have a 9 a.m. wake up time that I have to be because I've got my stand-up meeting in the morning. So I have to get to bed.
I have something not too long after that. Not too long. But yeah, so if you can kick us off on that there raid again, I'll see if I can close this out and we can maybe actually run away this time. And
okay, cool.
Yeah.
I got it. Make sure to join us on Discord if you want to come hang out between shows. This is where we will be. This is where we announce all of our stuff. And guess what? Want to know when we're live? We've got an event feed there, so you can see when we're live.
Yep, we have an event feed there. We're trying to hook into more community events as well. We have some CCs, but not a lot of CCs that have jumped in to joining our calendar. But CCs, feel free. If you know a CC, poke them and send them our way, specifically if they're an Ashes content creator. They do content for Ashes. Either way, do all the free stuff with the clicking of the liking and the subscribing on the YouTubes, please. And thank you if you enjoy our content. If you do not enjoy our content, come back again. We'll win you over, I'm sure. The Either way, thank you so much for spending your time. Any time here is spent is very valuable. It is your most valuable commodity. You do not get refunds, so we appreciate it.
But you do get a receipt now.
Yeah, you do get a receipt. Anywho, everybody take care. Catch you around next time. Bye.
Bye.